All right, let's do it. Let's do it. Football is back. Screw the weather. Screw the weather. We will overcome Mother Nature. If I have to fly into the sky all by myself, soar up on a rocket, and rip the clouds apart, I will do that. We are going to have football tonight. Even if there's a little bit of rain. Come on, let's go. We are so close to being back. Let's just hold the line for a little bit more. Just a little bit more. Let's hold the line and play a freaking football game. I gotta tweet out the link here real quick. I have been pacing back and forth like a tiger in a den. But here we go. Here we go. It's the opening night of the NFL season. The quality looks crazy on my screen. Hopefully that'll even itself out a little bit. It looks like the connection's actually pretty good. I've been trying to mess around a little bit with my internet. I wasn't able to move it downstairs, so I apologize if it's super grainy. It looks like it's buffering a little bit, but let me know how it is on your guys' end. I mean, if that's what it is, that's what it is, right? Yeah, the coaxial cable downstairs for me doesn't seem to work. So I might have to call my internet provider. I didn't get the chance to do that today. I had a lot of errands I had to run and stuff today, but hopefully it'll at least be decent. Man, it does not look very good right now. I'm going to try refreshing. Maybe that'll help. But what can you do, right? I don't know why. I mean, that's allegedly. Oh, okay. Yeah, you could just change the quality. I don't know. You guys know that. Anyways, how are we doing? We have about, 25 minutes until kickoff? Yeah, I mean, I guess we can get into this matchup here. I was not expecting to wait this long, but how are we doing? Opening night of the NFL season. Good to see some people in here. We got Game Solved. We got Caden. We had Stupidity in here back at 7 o'clock. I got to figure out how to actually schedule streams. Because what I do is I just set them up and just it says it's scheduled for whatever time I set it up at. So I set it up at 7:07 and then just kind of let it sit there. But can't complain. Man, I seriously have been thinking about nothing but football the entire day. And it just, it's excruciating that you got to wait 20 more minutes. But got to test your patience, right? Checking how it sounded on my phone. Sounds pretty good. So 7 people. All right. So Chiefs versus Ravens. I'll pull this up here because why not? It looks all right, right? I tried to set up an actual scoreboard that I could adjust with my Stream Deck, a custom made one. Wasn't able to figure that out. There's some tricky software stuff to work with that I wasn't quite able to figure out. So this is what we got for now. It's not bad, honestly, right? It'll do the trick. You'll be able to see where I am. I mean, it's honestly, we all know YouTube TV is going to be a few seconds behind or whatever, but can't complain. Stupidity saying sad they pushed the kickoff back, man, and happy to be here watching with me. Thank you. I appreciate that, Stupidity. I you've quickly become one of the new OGs here, so I love it. Welcome back. As always, and yeah, you know what? It's good. We're going to be doing this a lot this year, man. I'm really trying to do as many of these primetime games as I can. You'll also get to experience the Pigskin pregame show for the first time. I mean, maybe you went back and watched some. I have no way of knowing, but I'm really excited for that. That's going to be new and improved. I've got a few fun little things that I'll pull out for that. So if you enjoyed it last year, I think you're going to enjoy it even more this year. That's what I'll say. But thank you as always for joining me. Game Solved asking if I'm doing fantasy football this season, and if so, do I have any players in this game? Well, funnily enough, I actually literally just wrapped up a fantasy draft maybe 30 minutes before going live. It was a very last second one, but I do have Patrick Mahomes in this league. I thought, you know what, why not? Let's get Mahomes on the team, right? I've never ever owned Patrick Mahomes in fantasy before. So I thought, let's do it, right? It's kind of crazy. I've just usually never drafted quarterbacks high. I did take Josh Allen high in a lot of leagues last year, but I've never had Mahomes in fantasy. So I was like, you know what, let's do it. So I have him. I don't know If I have any Ravens really in any of my leagues, I'm trying to think. Like, Derrick Henry is a player that I really like for fantasy this year. I think he's going to score a lot of touchdowns. Like, think about how many goal line touchdowns that Gus Edwards poached last year. And I mean, Derrick Henry's older, but come on, he's so much better than Gus Edwards still. And like, he was pretty good for a pretty rough Titans team last year. So I still think he'll be a pretty good option in fantasy. I don't know that I have him in any of my leagues. I'm in 5 of them this year. I have Hollywood Brown in a few leagues. I love Hollywood Brown, but obviously he's injured, so he's not going to be playing in any of my teams this week. That's about it, though. Weirdly enough, I didn't really draft any Chiefs or Ravens, which I think the reason for that is that with the Chiefs, like, since they added so many receivers, it's going to be kind of tough to sort out, like, who's going to be the guy. And that's why I'm really excited for this game. And I know Hollywood Brown's not playing, but, like, okay, how much are they actually going to use Xavier Worthy? Are they actually going to bring back the deep ball? Well, teams let them, right? That's been the talk all offseason is, hey, like, the deep ball is back, you know, like, Patrick Mahomes is going to throw deep again. But we'll see. Like, the reason they stopped throwing deep was not because they lost Tyreek Hill, is because teams won't let them. Like, the first year they started throwing it short was 2021. Tyreek was still on the team. So, you know, they hit like one big play to Xavier Worthy and teams are going to be like, nope, never again. We are never letting that happen ever again, right? Little Tyreek Hill against the Buccaneers moment maybe, but I don't know. We'll dive into the game a little bit more in a sec, but we've got Thomas Sweeney and Wolf in here. Welcome to the stream, guys. Thomas Sweeney saying hype. I am beyond hype. Let's go. Let's go. And I believe you must be T Sweeney in the Dr. Pigskin Picks competition. And if you guys haven't joined yet, I think you have like maybe a little bit of a chance here to join. That's a lot of fun. I'll be doing a little prize at the end of the year, a little picks competition. And Wolf saying only 4K subs and 8 watching. The algorithm is cursed. Hey, you know, there is no cursed algorithm. The algorithm has actually blessed me a lot. Like, it's pretty incredible how some of my videos have done recently. So I will never, ever complain about the algorithm. You know, we may only have 8 in here right now, but it's a good 8. We got a good, nice, intimate group. And so I like the vibes here. Thomas Sweeney confirming. Let's go. Welcome to the picks competition. I'm excited to see how that goes this year. We've got a good group for that too. And Game Solved asking, who do I have winning this game? All right, well, let's just talk about that, right? We've got about 20 minutes left. 18, but who's counting? So for those that might have missed my season prediction stream, I did kind of pick this game. I didn't go quite as deep into it. I just kind of went over some of the games. And so I'm really excited to like deep dive into these games, this one, and then like for the pregame show, Sunday night, Monday night. I have the Kansas City Chiefs winning this game, right? Maybe not that crazy of a take, right? This is defending Super Bowl champs at home. They did lose at home last year for what it's worth. But I just think at the end of the day, the Chiefs got a little bit better and the Ravens just got a little bit worse. Like, and last year when the Ravens, like, that, I don't know, man, it just feels like last year was the Ravens' shot to knock them off and they just couldn't, right? They were at home. They were the #1 overall seed. They had an insane defense. They had Mike McDonald, which they knew they were kind of on borrowed time with him. Like, you know, a defensive coordinator that good, you're not going to keep forever. And at the end of the day, like, even with that sick defense last year, the Ravens weren't really able to get a lot of pressure on Patrick Mahomes. They sacked him twice, but the first sack didn't come until the third quarter. And, you know, some of that is Mahomes just able to mitigate the pressure. But I just worry again. I've talked about this a lot, like all off season. Like, you know, the Ravens losing McDonald is such a big deal because so much of their defensive success is predicated on their scheme. And you look at the overall roster, they've got a lot of great players, right? A lot of them in the secondary, though. And then Roquan Smith at linebacker. And Nnamdi Madubuike, who just changed his name to Nnamdi, if you might have missed that, like, yeah, he's a pretty good player, right? But, like, you look at their defensive line and you're like, man, like, how the heck did they get 70 sacks last year? And it's Kyle Van Noy just mysteriously having a career year and Jadeveon Clowney mysteriously having a career year. And, you know, Clowney's gone, Patrick Queen is gone, Geno Stone is gone. They did promote in-house, but this is a big game right here, right off the bat for the Ravens, right? How is their new defensive coordinator going to do? Zach Orr, right? Like, maybe he's just as good, right? They promoted in-house. He's been with them. He used to play for the Ravens, but it's a tall order to replace maybe the best defensive coordinator in the league last season, and him being like the big reason why they were so good. So I am a little worried about that. Look at that. Wolf, thank you so much. First ever super chat saying I should go get a McChicken with this cash. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that, man. Wow, that is very flattering. You know what? Maybe I will get a McChicken. That darn inflation keeps driving up the prices, but I think $2 should cover a McChicken. If not, maybe I'll get 2 soft drinks from McDonald's or something. But thank you so much, Wolf. Appreciate it. Also saying Lamar Jackson having some huge help, and Derrick Henry will put a lot of stress on them. Play action, 2 tight end formation is going to be huge to watch. Oh, yeah, right. The Ravens are one of the best in the league at 12 personnel. You look at Mark Andrews and Isaiah Likely, who's just such an awesome second tight end. This is going to be the return of power running for the Ravens, right? That was the thing that everyone talked about last year. They talked about it during the pregame show. It's been talked about pretty much ever since this matchup was announced. The last time that they played, the Ravens barely ran the ball. And when they did, it really kind of worked, but they just didn't run it a whole lot. Like Gus Edwards only had 3 carries or 4 carries, something crazy like that. But the few times he did get the ball, it worked. When Lamar tucked it and ran, it worked, but they just did not run the ball. I really feel like after losing that game, they thought we just can't go down that road again. We're the Baltimore Ravens. We got to play a tough, physical brand of football. And so it'll be fun to see how they sort of merge what Todd Monken brought as their offensive coordinator, all the shotgun, spreading it out, with a back like Derrick Henry. So that is going to be something exciting to watch too. As much as we've talked about how this Chiefs offense has changed, the Ravens might be going under a bit of a makeover too. But for me, the most excited I'm going to be for this game is when the Chiefs offense is on the field and the Ravens defense is on the field, because I feel like that is where we're going to learn the most about these two teams. How are the Ravens going to look without Mike McDonald? And can the Chiefs really bring the deep ball back? That to me is the most exciting matchup right there. Stupidity saying, bro, when Minshew got sacked 3 times by the same player on the same blitz scheme by the Ravens, I was dying. I mean, that's what they do, right? It was blitzes, and like they were just so good at when they did call their blitzes. They didn't even blitz a ton, and then it was simulated pressures. They made it look like they were going to blitz, and then Nnamdi Madubuike, of all people, would drop into coverage, and then Kyle Hamilton would replace him. And so they're still rushing 4, but you don't know which 4 are going to rush, right? They just did that so well last year. We got Henry in here. Welcome to the stream, Henry. Good to have you back in here. Saying, what's up, Eric? Excited for a new season of Dr. Pigskin game streams. Me too, man. Me too. We're going to be doing a lot of these this year. And as I was saying earlier, get ready for the return of the Pigskin pregame show. New and improved, man. If you liked it last year, oh, you're going to love it this year. It's going to be awesome. The chocolate milk and coffee will be back. Let's go. Wolf is saying, see, this is how I see it. You need a quarterback who can pass and have deep threats at receivers for those 2-minute and game-winning drives. Can Lamar's wide receivers get open or catch contested balls? You know, that was a big thing last year. That's one of the things that I think wasn't talked about a lot last year, and that'll be another thing to watch. I mean, these two teams changed a lot for how successful they were, right? But when you go back and watch last year's AFC Championship game, right? You know, the big story of the season was, wow, Lamar finally has receivers, and look at how good they are. And maybe he doesn't have Calvin Johnson out there, but Zay Flowers is just such an upgrade, right? Man, the Chiefs corners kind of ate them for lunch in that game. And it was McDuffie and Snead, and hinting at Henry's comment there, right? How big of a deal do I think the Chiefs losing Snead is? We're going to find out tonight, won't we, right? I'm going to be keeping my eyes on Mr. Joshua Williams. He's supposed to be the next man up. They've been talking about him all off season. This is what the Chiefs have done, right? They're low-key kind of a corner factory. This is a very underrated aspect of why they've been as successful as they have been, right? To be able to lose a guy like Charvarius Ward, who was always a great player with the Chiefs, but he goes to San Francisco and he turns in an all-pro season, that would devastate a lot of teams. But then L'Jarius Sneed, next guy up, just turns into an all-pro too, and Spags has done such a good job developing these guys. They quickly turned Trent McDuffie from a dude picked in the mid-20s to an all-pro. I mean, they've done it with guys like Juan Thornhill before, right? They just developed DBs so well. But it's not nothing. There's so many people saying, well, Snead's probably not going to be as good this year because he had injuries, and that's fair, right? Like, there is that foot issue, I think it is. Like, maybe Snead won't be as good this year on the Titans. But what are the odds Joshua Williams is as good as L'Jarius Snead was last year? And, I mean, he was their boundary guy. I love Trent McDuffie a lot, but at the end of the day, he's more of a slot guy. You put him at safety some, you put him outside some, but, like, they were able to really just hone in on McDuffie in the slot because they had a dude like Snead on the outside. You could just put him on the boundary. All right, set it and forget it. Like, you don't even need to worry about it. He's one of those few guys that you could just have him shadow a receiver, run man coverage, press coverage, all that, and just sleep happy at night. I mean, I was at the Vikings-Chiefs game last year. I'm not going to lie, man. That was one of the best performances against Justin Jefferson I've ever seen. Snead was in his grill the whole game, and then Jefferson got hurt. He had like 28 yards in that game, but Snead was owning him. Snead's a great player, so it's something. But I think overall the Chiefs getting better at wide receiver will probably offset them losing Snead. And I really like this Chiefs defensive line a lot. We got Parachamp in here. Let's go. Saying, hey, doctor, hope you're doing well. I am, man. Football is back. The rain is clearing up. Let's play a game. Let's play a game, shall we? I hope you're doing well too, man. Hey, Packers tomorrow in Brazil. I'm excited for that one too. I might try and go live for that one too. I'm fired up. Wolf saying they have a good running game, but if it comes to a shootout, I'm going to be expecting a lot with the defensive downgrade in Baltimore. They need the wide receivers to step up and get that extra step. Yeah, I mean, can Zay Flowers get just like 10% better from his rookie year? Very possible. Losing Odell's not nothing. I mean, Odell wasn't like a dude for them last year, but he played a lot of important snaps. Like, he was a starting quality receiver for him. That's not nothing. I kind of like Rashad Bateman, though. I know, like, people keep saying every year, this is the year that Rashad Bateman is finally going to break out. And Matt Harmon of Reception Perception, who does a great job evaluating receivers, loves Rashad Bateman. And I might have taken him in Dynasty just because of that. But hey, Bateman was a guy at Minnesota, so I like it. NFL and NBC theme is good. It is. Fun fact, composed by John Williams, the legendary John Williams. That's a true story. Henry saying having an elite defensive coordinator who isn't a risk to get poached by another team is a cheat code makes me think of Clemson's run with Venables. Wow, look at the college comparison right there. That is an excellent point. I never even thought about that parallel before, right? And then look at what happens once Venables left, right? Yeah, I mean, at this point, there's no way that Spags is going anywhere. Like, he's been with Kansas City for so long. It's kind of mystifying why, like, no team has even thought to really ask him, like, hey, would you ever want to leave? I certainly don't blame him, right? You get to chill with Andy Reid and just like be a sick defensive mind for the best team in the world. Like, that's a pretty sweet gig. I tell you what, the Chiefs would not have three rings if it wasn't for Steve Spagnuolo. Absolutely not. They would not have won the Super Bowl last year if they didn't have Spags. And honestly, they might not have won it the year before either. Like, their defense was so good in the second half of 2022 once they got healthy. Like, in hindsight, it should have been like obvious how good the Chiefs D was going to be last year. Because if you look at like from their bye week on in 2022, when McDuffie came back, they were like top 7 in pretty much everything in defense. And they were great in the playoffs too. Wolf says, I'm scared about the L'Jarius Snead. Other than that, I don't know the other Chiefs personnel besides Chris Jones and McDuffie. Well, here you go. If you guys are betting people, and I bet occasionally, right? And I'm trying to keep it nice and responsible this year. I just put a nice, easy $10 down. I'm excited for George Karlaftis this season. I think he's such a good player. I think he got like 10 sacks last year. He was up amongst the league leaders in pressures. He was their other first-round pick in 2022, him and McDuffie. He's a good-looking defensive end. He's a really underrated player. He's blossomed into like a plus starter. And I think he could take a leap into like a Pro Bowl level player this year. I couldn't help myself on Prize Picks. I saw George Karlaftis, his sack line for this game was at 0.25, so all he needed is half a sack to hit the over. The Ravens have a new right tackle this season. He only played like 100 snaps last year, and he gave up a pressure on like 10% of his snaps, which is pretty bad, right? Ravens have 3 new offensive linemen. Karlaftis played great against them last year. I think George Karlaftis is going to have a big game today. So I could see him getting at least a sack. Like I could see a 2-sack game from George Karlaftis. I think he's really good. They've also got Nick Bolton, Leo Chanel, Drew Tranquil at linebacker. Not like big names, but like good, like solid B plus players. Like this is a pretty deep defense. It's not just like, man, they lost one of their stars in Snead and like now it won't be good. Like they've got good players at every level. This is a good defense. You know, they got Justin Reed at safety still, who they might mess around and put a kicker on kickoffs since he's a better tackler with the new kickoffs. Like this is a good team, man. I mean, I said it during my preseason, my prediction stream, right? I think this is the best team in football. I really do. Three-peating is incredibly hard, right? I'm not going to bank on it. They have a shot. They have a shot. I did pick the Lions to win the Super Bowl, though. I just think the vibes are there, and the Lions might be the second best team in football, but this might be the best Chiefs team in the Reid Mahomes era. Like, they're just so balanced on both sides of the ball. What international game am I most excited for? I mean, obviously, right, being a little biased, I'm a little excited for the Vikings and Jets in London, yeah, but I think that's what, week 5? 9:30 in the morning Eastern time, but you best believe I'll be getting up and streaming that one. Aaron Rodgers against the Vikings again. I mean, that's a sneaky, interesting game, right? Haven't seen Aaron Rodgers in a while. Haven't seen him play against the purple in a while. I am beyond excited for tomorrow's game, though. Packers, Eagles, two other teams, just like so many fascinating matchups, right? How are these Packers receivers going to look against this newly built Eagles secondary, right? These are two teams that are like kind of legit contenders in the NFC. Both teams made the playoffs last year. That's a very good game right there. I'm trying to remember some of the other international matchups, but I think it might be Packers Eagles. That's going to be a great game. I'm excited for that. Stupidity saying T minus 6 minutes till football. Make that T minus 4, baby. We are counting down the minutes. Look at that. Chris Collinsworth is back on my TV. Mike Tirico's back on my TV. It's a beautiful day. It is such a beautiful day. Go away, clouds. I can see some gray sky up at the very top. Like I said, if I have to rip the clouds apart myself, I will. Wolf saying a huge reason for the Ravens being good last year was at the defense, and they lost a lot of it, but they still have Hamilton. I think the Ravens' best shot was last season, but the OC not running the ball hurt them. I mean, it really was, right? Like, man, with the Chiefs and all their struggles, and again, to get home field advantage and have a legendary defense, the MVP at quarterback. Oh, when you come at the king, you best not miss. Oh, I feel for Ravens fans, and I might be rocking the Mahomes jersey, right? Like, I'm not a Chiefs fan by any means, right? I like to call myself a neutral football enjoyer, right? I just want to watch a good game today. Me wearing this is not saying that like I'm rooting for the Chiefs or anything, but dude, I mean, it's Patrick Mahomes. You got to get a Mahomes jersey, right? Like this is like the Messi, like the Lionel Messi of the NFL. This is the LeBron of the NFL. And you know what? Having this, like 20, 30 years from now, it's going to be like having a Bulls Michael Jordan jersey. Like, I just think we are so lucky to be able to watch this dude play right now. Oh, man, I got to watch him play in person last year. Goodness gracious, man. What an experience that was. So I'm excited to see Mahomes back on my screen. Henry asking, how much Xavier Worthy do we see tonight? I think we see a decent amount. I mean, hey, Hollywood Brown is not playing, right? And you look at how this Chiefs receiver room shakes out, right? It's probably going to be some sort of split of Hollywood Brown and Xavier Worthy at the Z once Hollywood Brown comes back, right? That's the guy that's not necessarily in the slot, but they're also not on the line of scrimmage. So it's a little bit easier for them to get a free release. Usually you want to get a speedier guy out there. Think someone like Calvin Ridley, which is ironic because the Jaguars didn't do that last year. Anyways, like there's no way you'd ever put Worthy at the X, I won't think. Like he's just too small. Like, you know, he had struggles beating press coverage in college, and certainly like in the NFL, that's a legit concern for him. You want to get him that free release. And Rashee Rice is their guy in the slot. So I feel like the most common personnel grouping we're going to see today when the Chiefs come out in 11 personnel, right? So one tight end, one running back, 3 receivers. It's going to be Rashee Rice in the slot. We're going to have Juju or Justin Watson at the X, right? Those are the two bigger guys. I like the Juju signing for that reason. Like they needed another big guy on the outside, and Juju was pretty good for them when they won the Super Bowl. So it'll probably be Juju / Watson, Rashee Rice in the slot. And I think we'll see a lot of Xavier Worthy at the Z. I really do. I don't think he'd play quite as much if Hollywood Brown was healthy. And I think like Brown might even come back by week 2, but I actually think we'll see a decent amount of him tonight. I do. Parachamp saying he got Zay, Flowers, Worthy, and Butker for fantasy this game. Hey, that's a big trio right there. All right, well, we'll be keeping track of them for you. Wolf saying he's not calling the Packers contenders yet, but if they win against the Eagles, he'd start putting them in their those convos. And he just got done mowing his lawn a few hours ago, and he's going to be watching football. Look at that, a working man right there. Let's go. Look at that way to get the household chores done. I respect that. Yeah, hey, I'm like dangerously high on the Packers. I won't lie. I put them as my 1 seed in the NFC. It didn't shake out like that in the prediction stream, but I went back and I made a few edits because I was like, I don't know. You're going for 3 hours, right? All of a sudden you're picking like Titans Raiders week 16. You're like, oh my gosh, like I just need to get to the playoffs. I'm not going to think about this too much, but I mean, they still have a lot to prove, though, right? This is a team that snuck into the playoffs and then made it to the divisional round last year. It's not a given that they're going to be sick, but I'm going to take the swing. And Stupidity says he doesn't know. In 20, 30 years, I think we will still hail Brady as the one we remember most. Oh, that's fair. I think Brady's got the crazy longevity, right? And I mean, depending on what age you are, right? Like Brady might be right in your sweet spot for like when you grew up, and that's when the nostalgia is the strongest. And hey, I say this as someone that respects Brady's career so much, and just like how long he did what he did was insane. And I think people almost like underrate how gifted Brady was. Like people are like, oh, Mahomes clears Brady in talent easily. It's like, yeah, I mean, he does, but it's not like Brady was just this all my life, grinding all my life. Like this Matt Saracen type with like no talent, but just plot armor. Like Brady kind of had a cannon on him, and his pocket movement was insane. Like there's a reason Brady was so good for so long. It's not just like he played forever. Like he was an insanely good quarterback. But I think for me, like Mahomes is just so aesthetically pleasing to watch, and the way that he changed the sport. Like now we see so many quarterbacks playing like Mahomes. I mean, look at Dylan Raiola at Nebraska, like a legit Mahomes regen. We're starting to see a generation of guys who grew up watching Patrick Mahomes, and they're trying to emulate his playing style. So I will never disagree with like Brady being the immortal GOAT, but I don't know, man. Mahomes, he's got a ways to go still, just as far as like resume. But man, if he retired right now, where are you putting him all time? Like 3? I mean, it's crazy. Wolf saying, what do I think about the Browns? Do you think they're being underrated or properly rated in terms of being 3rd to 4th in the North? I think properly rated. I'd say 3rd is probably fair for them, right? The defense is still really good. The line is still really good. Watson is a big question mark. I just think the big thing is like, I like Amari Cooper and David Njoku a lot, but especially without Nick Chubb, like, do they have the firepower at the skill positions to overcome another Watson disaster season, which I think is very possible, right? Like, and I like Amari Cooper a lot, but like, I just wish they had like one more guy at receiver. Then I'd be like, you know what? Even if Watson stinks, like the offense will be good enough. And there's a chance that there's some defensive regression. I mean, it's just hard to maintain that level of success on the defensive side of the ball, but I would not count them out. Like this, they could be a playoff team. I'm picking them to win week 1 against the Cowboys. So they've got some good ingredients, but they just might be a slightly incomplete team. Brady is the best QB of all time, but he's the greatest. Oh, I agree, right? I mean, he played for like 20 some years. It's crazy. Can be the best at what you do and still not be able to win. Game solved asking if I think the additions of the receivers on the Chiefs result in Pacheco having a better or worse season. Could be better since the defenses will have to respect the pass, but his opportunities will go down. Yeah, I mean, he's never been like a super high volume guy to begin with anyways, right? Like he usually hovers like around the low 200s for his carries, and he's a pretty efficient back. I think he'll stay around the same. I think between 910 or 900,000 rushing yards. Like I feel like that's a pretty realistic forecast for him. They've still got a great offensive line. I don't think they're going to change his workload up a whole lot, but maybe he'll be a little bit more efficient since teams will play a little bit further back, as teams were kind of crowded the box against the Chiefs last year. And That's not something you could say before. So maybe if they respect the deep ball a little bit more, he'll go up to like 5.2 yards per carry or something like that. Ford is solid, but it didn't help his O-line was constantly injured. Yeah, I mean, that is the thing, right? The Browns' offensive line still is pretty good, but one piece goes down and that changes everything. But I think Jerome Ford is a solid back. He'll be able to fill in, and then we'll see when Nick Chubb comes back. I hope he can come back, man. Like, he's just such a cool player, but I'm a little scared like his knees just might be cooked forever. All right, let's do this. Oh my goodness gracious. It's football time. It's football time. Look at that. They've got the matchup graphic on the screen. The Ravens and the Chiefs. You got Mahomes looking cool. You got Lamar looking cool. Rob Riggle is banging the drum as they do the chant. And there's Harrison Butker. All right, we are about to kick off another season of football. Oh, this is, you know what? We're going to get used to this. We're going to get used to this. I honestly think it's sick. Like it'll be cool to have returns be a part of the game again. I am not against the new kickoff. It's going to take a second to get used to looking at, though. It looks a little silly, but I think it's going to be good for the game. I'm excited for this. Let's see. Who do they have back there? I'm not going to lie. I don't know who those guys are. Here we go. Time to hit the Paul Allen. And boom! Football is back! Let's go! Football is back! We've waited over 200 days. It was a cold, snowy February day in Fargo the last time I watched NFL football. But we are finally back. They're doing the SNF intros on my screen. Rashad Bateman, Minnesota. Here we go. Here we go. All right, Ravens offense is going to start on the field first. There's Derrick Henry. Man, doesn't he look sick in the Ravens uniform? So it's going to be Patrick McCarry at right tackle instead. Interesting. I thought it was going to be someone else. I actually missed a few of the Ravens starters on the offensive line. But yeah, 3 new starters. Keep an eye on George Karlaftis tonight. I really think he could be in line to have a big game. There he is, number 56. They're going to start in shotgun. I think they're going to start with a run to Henry, right? It's loud in there. Yep. Derrick Henry. Chiefs ready for it. Look at him playing the gaps. Henry saying, let's go. Let's have a great season. You know, I'm going to paraphrase Brett Coleman a little bit. He had a tweet today, and you know what? I really identify with it. He just said, you know what? There's something in the air. This just feels like it's going to be a special season. I agree with him. Like, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just because there's like such an even playing field this year. Like, I don't know. I feel like this is going to be an all-timer of a season. I'm excited for this one. 2nd and 8. They're going to open it up and pass it here, aren't they? Look at that. There's that. Look at that. They've got Patrick Ricard at tight end. There's Zay Flowers. Oh, he stumbled a little bit. We'll see what the flag is, but they might have been able to get a few more yards there. Man, the Ravens just have such cool personnel groupings. Like, they'll do 13 personnel, but then have Pat Ricard at, like, the other tight end. Is it Ricard or Ricard? I've heard both. Didn't he used to play for the Falcons? Illegal formation. Well, speaking of cool personnel groupings, maybe that one was a little bit too cool. Ronnie Stanley. Wow. All right, there's one of those new rule changes right there. Henry likes Isaiah Likely to have a great season. I feel it, dude. He's a really good player. And again, you hate, like, even if his stats aren't great, like, he just makes such a big impact as that second guy out there that they can throw to. There he is. They're going to send Andrews in motion. Man, they are really still spreading them out. I mean, now at 2nd and 13, you kind of have to throw it. Here comes Chris Jones. Look at Lamar able to get that away. Oh my goodness, Chris Jones almost killed Lamar Jackson. Oh, this Chiefs defensive line is so good. Man, Chris Jones might be in for a game too. I know they've got Linderbaum to help a little bit, but man, you got him going up against that new guard 77. I'm not going to lie, I don't remember how to pronounce his name, but that's the guy I thought was going to be at right tackle. He played some there last year. That might be the biggest mismatch on the field right there. Now they're going to put Chris Jones on the edge. He's going up against Ronnie Stanley. Here comes the blitz. Can Justice Hill get the first down? Oh, I think he got it. I think he got it. Man, they were just able to have the back sneak out right there. Chiefs brought some pressure. They just throw to where the guys aren't. Let's see. Yeah, that's a first down. That's a heck of an effort by Justice Hill. Zay Flowers is a solid playmaker. I don't see any Guardian caps out there, Wolf. I wonder, I know like Jonathan Taylor wore one in the preseason. We'll see. You know, I'm all for it. They look a little silly, but again, if they can prevent these players' brains from turning into like a day-old fried egg, like I'm here for it. Chiefs are not letting Henry run. No, they've been ready for it. There's George Karlaftis popping up. Yeah, I'm telling you, this Chiefs defensive line is really good, man. Oh, Mike Dana's a good player too. Oh, they're going to have Jalen. Okay, I said Joshua Williams this whole time in the pregame. It's Jalen Watson who's going to be out there. We will see a lot of Josh Williams, though, I feel like. Maybe I don't know ball. They've gotten the Ravens at a lot of second and long so far. Man, they just don't have time. That one popped up by Leo Chanel. We'll see about the flag, but you know, like Lamar hasn't had a crazy amount of time back in the pocket so far. They haven't gotten like anything downfield. I think his furthest throw downfield has been like 3 or 4 yards so far. Another offensive penalty. They're going to decline that one. Yeah, that makes sense. Get him in 3rd and 9. Ravens are getting beat up. This is one of the matchups, right? This new offensive line is struggling right now. They bring a bit of a blitz. That one could have been intercepted. Nick Bolton and Justin Reed. Hey, I don't blame you, right? It could be so easy to just lock in on like Chris Jones and McDuffie, and then you got Mahomes and Travis Kelce. But this Chiefs defense is really deep. 3rd and 9. Arrowhead crowd getting into it. Now Chris Jones is back up the middle. They're not going to blitz. Yeah, they can rush 4 and get so much pressure. Lamar going deep for Zay Flowers. Incomplete. Oh no, it's a PI. We'll see about the other flag. They were able to draw the PI. Zay Flowers was able to get back around and force the Chiefs DB to grab him. So there's the no L'Jarius Sneed effect right there. So many illegal formations. No way, it's another illegal formation. No way. Oh my gosh. Illegal formation. Is that the 3rd illegal formation on the first drive of the season? Man, Harbaugh can't believe it. Man. And it's Ronnie. Dude, Ronnie Stanley's having the Juwan Taylor game. Remember like how Juwan Taylor kept like false starting and then they never called it, but then they finally called it in the 4th quarter? Man, they are just not lining up correctly. All right, let's watch Ronnie Stanley here. And I haven't fully heard the broadcasters. Like, what are they saying? Like, it has to be with how he's lined up, right? 3rd and 9. Now they might bring pressure. I mean, they've been able to get in Lamar's grill all day so far on this drive. Now he has time. Oh, that's a good ball by Lamar. Zay Flowers. Man. Lamar has just gotten so good from the pocket. Look at him hit that over the middle to Zay Flowers. They need 9. They get like 15. Ooh. Yeah. Just a nice little move right there on McDuffie. Lamar sees it, needs it. It's got it. They are going to need that. I mean, Zay Flowers is going to probably have to be one of the go-to guys here. They have not been able to run the ball so far. Now, here we go. Pistol formation. I feel like we're going to see a lot of the pistol formation this season, not just from the Ravens, but from everyone. There's a little outside zone to Derrick Henry from the pistol. You know, it was a thing for a little bit with Kaepernick, and Peyton Manning liked it with the Broncos. Teams are kind of bringing it back. The Cardinals did a lot of pistol formation last year. And the beauty of it is that you can put your quarterback further behind the line of scrimmage, right? You get all the advantages of shotgun, but then having that single back behind him so you can get all those under center run looks. It's a nice little compromise. There it is again, pistol formation. You can run inside zone, outside zone. You can pass the ball. You can set up play action. They'll run it up the gut this time with Henry. Wow, look at the effort by the Chiefs there, pushing Derrick Henry backwards. That is not something you see too often. Pearchamp saying this drive is just eating the clock. Yeah, they're going to make us wait to see this Chiefs offense. You know, they keep getting to third down, but then just picking it up. Like they've picked up 2 third and longs now. Now they've got a 3rd and 1. This might be 4 down territory. I would say overall on like a play-by-play basis, like the Chiefs defense has looked pretty good so far, but the Ravens have just had a few nice plays on 3rd down. There's the size comparison. Yeah, Henry's bigger than all these linebackers. 3rd and 1. Run it. Just run it with Derrick Henry. Yep. Oh, Lamar's going to keep it. He's got a block. 1st down and more. Oh, here we go. This is what we wanted to see, right? There's that thunder and lightning. You have a thunder and lightning backfield on the field at all times. It's not a running back by committee, but you have 2 guys who are very high-level runners, and you can keep them both out on the field at the same time. They want to go get a little explosive play right here in the run game. All right, everyone thinks it's going to Derrick Henry. Lamar's going to keep it. Oh, man. Ravens looking nice so far. That was a nice play. That was a nice play. Man, this has been a 6-minute drive. A little quarterback draw with Lamar. He's got some more blocks. Oh, look at Lamar. Back-to-back runs. That was a big thing last year. Like Lamar is such a good passer, right? And I love how he's made so many strides to try and like kill people from the pocket. But sometimes you just got to tuck it and run, you know? Back-to-back runs here from Lamar Jackson. Look at him going. And yeah, he's finally lining up. They're finally lining up correctly. Game Solve saying he just realized his fantasy team is playing against Mahomes, Kelsey, and Butker. Looks like he's rooting against the Chiefs today. Hey, Chiefs ain't touching the ball right now. How about this opening drive from the Ravens? Here we go. I formation. There's the big fullback. Henry's going to punch it in. Touchdown, Ravens. There's Derrick Henry. What I tell you, he is going to be a touchdown machine this year. You know, the Chiefs got the Ravens into a few 3rd and longs, but they were able to pick it up, right? Man, what an opening drive by the Ravens. Take the crowd out of it a little bit. 3 illegal formation penalties, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Wow. You know, Lamar didn't even have to throw the ball that much. They were serious. They're going to start running the ball some more. That was quite the drive by the Ravens. Pearchamp is right. Derrick Henry with the first touchdown of the season. Hey, remember that. Also, I'm realizing that's crazy. Is it not showing the score on my stream? I didn't even realize that. Dang. You know what? That's okay. We'll figure something out later. We don't need that. Dang, I thought it was going to show like 7-0 Ravens in the time. Maybe they've blocked that on OBS. Yeah, they're not letting me do it. Oh, that's too bad. Oh well, we'll figure something else out later on in the year, but we'll line up the wrong way and still win. Hey, that is classic power running right there by the Ravens. All right, so how are the Chiefs going to answer here, right? You can't get too tempted to just like get it all back in one play, right? And I know they're so eager to like open it up and throw the ball down the field, right? But man, after that drive the Ravens just had, like, you just got to get a few first downs here. You do not want to go 3 and out, and you run the risk of doing that a little bit if you just want to say screw it, Worthy down there somewhere on the first play, and all of a sudden it's 2nd and 10, and then you go 3 and out. Like, Andy Reid, you just got to be a little responsible here, maybe. And I'm not Andy Reid, right? He knows better than me. But I don't know. After watching that just bludgeoning by the Ravens on that opening drive, you gotta just get it back in chunks. Don't try and get all 7 points in one play here. Other streams have captured the score from the NFL broadcast. Not sure if that's an option for you. You know, I've tried to figure that out before, right? And that's something that Brett Coleman and the Bootleg Football live streams have done. I haven't figured out a way to do that. And I'm a tiny scared to do that from like the actual broadcast, because like I mess up just one like pixel, and then Roger Goodell is pulling up the SUVs to my place, right? And is like, all right, kid, get in. You're going to NFL prison. That actually happened to me. No, not like going to prison, but they put a copyright claim on my latest video, and I still got to keep most of the money that I made from it, which is nice, right? Like they didn't take away the ad revenue that I had already made, but they got me for like the stupidest thing ever. It was like 3 seconds of something that I thought was fair use. I'm going to probably try and appeal it, but I was like, I cannot believe it, man. Like, I didn't really lose that much. Like, it's really not that big of a deal. It's a tiny bit frustrating, though, because I try and, like, monetize my videos, right? It doesn't hurt, but what can you do? What can you do? Yeah. I mean, like, they said, like, oh, you can't use this one clip, right? And, like, I honestly think, like, someone from the NFL, or maybe, like, I don't know, either I don't think someone, like, snitched, but, like, because it didn't, like, get picked up in, like, the auto detection, right? Like when I first uploaded it, sometimes I've uploaded ones and it's been like, yeah, you can't do that. And like, that was when I was a much smaller channel. Not that I'm like a big channel now, but like when I had like 30 subs, literally, I was like, I don't care. Like, I'm not going to like put in all that effort. And like, it would know, like, as soon as I uploaded it, like, yeah, that one's getting copyright claims, but they got me like a week ago. So, but I still got a lot of ad revenue, which is nice. Here we go. Chiefs offense versus Ravens defense. This is the matchup that we were waiting for right here. Zach Orr, the new defensive coordinator. Chiefs with their new receivers. Let's see it. There's Juju. Hey, Juju's starting, right? He's got to be wearing number 9. That's what he wore with before. Oh, what a throw by Mahomes. Sorry. I know that's like a little annoying, and it's like, oh, people freak out over like Mahomes is everything, but that was a rifle. Little RPO. He just rifled that one into Rashee Rice. Like that is a much, I don't know, like I know it's like a short pass, but just he put some heat on that one. I don't know. Maybe I'm being a little Jim Nancy here, or not Jim Nance, Tony Romo-y here, but oh, I'm just glad we get to watch him again. 2 straight passes for the Chiefs. So much for just run the ball. They're going to get Mahomes though. He couldn't really find anyone downfield. I don't know if that's going to go down as a sack or just like a gain of 0. They were able to get to him there though, right? That's what didn't happen last time. They didn't get to Mahomes until the 3rd quarter in the AFC Championship game. And Mahomes was trying to make something happen. He had his eyes downfield, but must have been good coverage on the back end by this Ravens secondary that a lot of people are high on. 2nd and 10 though, right? They got the fresh set of downs from the Rice catch. Now they're going to go to Pacheco. All right. A few yards. Look at that. Like the first quarter is already almost halfway done. We're already almost 1/8 of the way done with this game. That's crazy. So yeah, 205 carries for Pacheco last year. I can't remember who asked the Pacheco question, but I would say it's going to be around 205 again for him. Like they'll still give him the ball some, but 3rd and 6. Here we go. How are the Ravens going to attack this? Oh, they almost got Van Noy to jump there. There's Rice in motion. Hey, he's got him. Rashee Rice. Yards after the catch over the middle of the field. That's the name of the game right there for Rashee Rice. Just too easy. He was one of the best yak receivers in the league last year. But there's a flag down. Hold on. Hold on. Oh, it's an illegal horse collar tackle. Roquan Smith. Oh, they're going to tack on 15 more. Little short motion right there. Kind of a pick play. Easy money for the first down. Yeah, that is a horse collar. He got him right there. Andy Reid in his bag already, though. That's just an easy first down. That's Andy Reid at work, right? And this is the evolution of the Chiefs. For all the talk we've heard about the deep ball so far, as I think I know what might be about to happen. Oh, that's so sick. Wow. Xavier Worthy on the toss, a touchdown. Unbelievable. Wow. So much for the deep ball. So much for the deep ball. It's a few quick dump offs to Rashee Rice, and Xavier Worthy takes the handoff. A little reverse. Look at that. Man, just get him a running start, right? Boom. Fake it to Pacheco. He gets the edge. Game over. Look at the block downfield by Creed Humphrey. Oh, man. Andy Reid was sitting on this. He had to have been sitting on this all offseason. What an answer from the Chiefs. Folks, we've got a game. We've got a game. These are two AFC heavyweights. What a start to the season. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns. Man, the Chiefs just marched right back. Mahomes, 2 for 2, 27 yards. Worthy with a 21-yard rushing touchdown. And then Rossi with the 2 catches, 27 yards. Wow. Pair Chance fantasy rookie pickup. Look at that. There you go. How about that for a start, huh? No defensive linemen were anywhere near that. Yeah, I mean, no defensive lineman was catching him on that, right? They all bit on the Pacheco fake. And then, it's just one of the fastest dudes in the league with some of the best blockers in the league making a convoy for him downfield. Oh, man. That was an awesome drive. We've got a great start here. You know, people were talking about the scoring decline last season. I honestly didn't mind it. Like, okay, this is a bit of a throwback, right? How about back-to-back drives with touchdowns, though? We've got some points on the board here. The Ravens will get their turn next. How are we feeling, though? Man, that is an awesome start. For all the talk about the quarterbacks, it's 2 rushing touchdowns so far. I feel like we'll see these guys open it up a little bit at some point, though. I mean, Mahomes threw it twice. Lamar threw it 4 times on those first drives. No targets for Travis Kelce, right? Didn't see a whole lot of him. That's going to be something to monitor, too, right? The load management for Travis Kelce. Like, he played the fewest amount of snaps in a season since, I think it was like 2016. You know, some of that, like Kelce missed 1 game, but like there was a lot of Travis Kelce kind of chilling on the bench last year. You know, I don't even care that it's a commercial break right now. I'm just so happy that football's back. Beetlejuice. All right, surely the commercial break will be done soon, though. Surely it'll be done soon, but let's check Twitter here. Like, we've got the 3 screens set up now, right? We've got the game on in the middle. It's a blessed life. I'm going to be down here a lot. I don't care about ads. Whatever. Ugh. All right, here we go. Kickoff number 3. Look at how far back the kicker is. Gonna get a return here? No, we won't get a return. Oh, we were waiting for more returns. They're gonna take the knee in the end zone regardless. Jack is in here. Let's go. Saying, how we doing, boys? I'm doing fantastic, Jack. How about you? Our beautiful sport is back. Oh, no. Some helmet-to-helmet contact? Is that McDuffie that's hurt? Oh, no. Oh, that's brutal. Man. But good to have you in here, Jack. Hope you're doing well. How about the start to the game, huh? All right. Back to I formation. There's Isaiah Likely. Look at that. 22 personnel. Play action off of it. Oh, wide open Likely. Look at that, Henry. There you go. Isaiah Likely. Look at that. You know, Mina Kimes talked about that a lot on her podcast. few months ago now, I think at this point, but she was saying like the Ravens were just unbelievable on play action outside of 12 personnel and 22 personnel, like getting into these really big personnel groupings with 2 tight ends and a fullback and a running back and like throwing the ball. Like they were really good from those groupings. And here we go again, right? They can do so many things off of the same looks. And this is just such a coolly built team. Now they'll go back to Henry. Man, he has not really gotten anywhere, though. He had the touchdown run, but like on a carry-by-carry basis, the Chiefs have kind of been playing their gaps pretty well so far. Henry's not really had a lot of space to run. And that was a thing that the Chiefs struggled with a little bit last year, was defending the run. Look at that. That clock is still ticking, though. Man, we're down under 5 minutes already. But if you're the Ravens, I know you got a few nice third down pickups on 3rd and 9 and 3rd and 11 in the first drive. Nah, you do not want this Chiefs pass rush to pin their ears back and get after Lamar. You want to live in like 3rd and 4. That's what we're going to try and do. Hey, you'll take that. Quick little out to Zay Flowers. Nearly got his head taken off there, but nice job to secure that. It's not a big gain, but you'll live with that. Chiefs defensive line has not been letting anything through. You're absolutely right, stupidity. There's Todd Monken, former Georgia Bulldog. How about that? He was great for UGA. He was really like one of the unsung heroes of UGA's dynasty. Hey, I say they got a decent amount. It's still 3rd and 6. Obvious passing situation here. Justice Hill's going to check into the game. Chiefs blitzing. Oh, what a hit. What a tackle right there. Is that Justin Reed? Look at that. The Chiefs bring pressure. Justin Reed is able to find the back leaking out. They are able to get them with that on the first drive. Justin Reed ready for it this time. And what a tackle on Justice Hill. That's a great play right there. Wow. That is a big hit. Look at that. Chiefs answer with a stop. The Chiefs, I don't know. We'll see how this second drive goes, but they seem to have a slight upper hand so far. Their defense does look pretty good. Stout's going to punt. Fair catch? Yeah. All right. Jack can't stop smiling. Football is back. Hey, neither can I. I was thinking about this all day at work today. Like, man, I got out of work 30 minutes early today. I went on a nice little walk throughout the neighborhood. I listened to 2 podcasts. I listened to the Stay Hot Week 1 preview and the Mina Kimes Week 1 preview. I mean, we have another game tomorrow. Like, how nice is that? Oh, Eagles, Packers in Brazil. And then we've got college football on Saturday, NFL on Sunday, and then Monday night, we got a banger on Monday night. 49ers and Jets. That is a banger of a game on Monday night. We got a great Sunday night game. We've got great games in every window for the Sunday slate, right? Browns Cowboys is very intriguing for the 4 o'clock window. We've got some great ones. And of course, the Minnesota Vikings take the field once again on Sunday at 1 o'clock. And if you're up early enough, at 10 Eastern, maybe 9:30 Eastern, 9:30 or 10, the Pigskin pregame season 2 will be back and better than ever. Jack saying Mina, fellow Seahawks fan, right? How about that? Yeah, she and Ben Solak are going to be doing previews every other week now. Isn't that crazy that Ben Solak's at ESPN now? I kind of miss Extra Point Take and him and Sheil Kapadia with The Ringer, but good for Ben. Look at him moving up in the world. It's crazy, like, how invested I am in, like, these football personalities. You know, we've got the Heed the Call podcast now, rising from the ashes with Around the NFL folding. Greg Rosenthal's got NFL Daily. This is like a very online thing to say, but like, I feel like there was a lot of turnover in the football media world. Like, I feel like a lot of media personalities like changed companies or employers or whatever this year. Like, I feel like there's just a lot of turnover, a lot of podcasts ending, a lot of guys joining new companies, stuff like that. But hey, Still great content being put out there, and I consume it. Pearchap also listened to the Mina Kimes Week 1 preview. Will probably be wrong, but going with the Rams over the Lions, and Jack agreeing. He smells a slow start for the Lions for some reason. Hey, could be that mental aspect, right? I mean, you got the hangover from that devastating loss that we were watching here. It feels like a long time ago. It was back in January, back when I was still in Fargo. And they've got a few tough games early on, right? Like this Rams team is no slouch, and you know, you can be a little bit worried about their defense, but that offense just looks so sick, doesn't it? And the Rams did get really close to beating the Lions last year. That'll be a good game, I think. We might see a lot of points in that one. There's Taylor Swift, which I'm sure people will have a normal reaction to. Mahomes wanted to go deep. He's just going to dump it off to Pacheco. Look at Pacheco making the man miss in the open field. It's Angry Legs. He's back. Angry Legs is back. But that was more of a nimble, nifty run from him. Usually you see him just try and like put people in the dirt, but Mahomes probably wanted one of the deep shots right there. Had two guys kind of going over the middle of the field. Just dumps it off to Pacheco, though, and look at that easy first down. Look at Mahomes just going through his reads like a pro, right? There is a little bit of Brady in his game now. Like, obviously, they're very different players, but he can play like Brady if he wants to. Look at that. Rashee Rice over the middle again. Goodness gracious. Maybe Rashee Rice will go for like 90 catches this year. Just little slants and drags over the middle, and then he picks up like 15 yards after the catch. Is that Roquan on him there? Yeah, I mean, Roquan's great, right? But come on, he just, a little schloopty schlop right there. Oh, he did a number on him. I love Roquan, and he's one of the best players in the game. He's a phenomenal coverage linebacker, but man, oh man, if you're the Chiefs, you get that matchup, you're taking it. You're taking it every single play. Pacheco going nowhere this time. That's like the first good snap in the run game from the Ravens, it feels like. Maybe they got Pacheco on the first drive a little bit, but man, that was a little filthy from Rashee right there. Now they're finally showing the Ravens defense. I mean, they've barely been out on the field. Some new faces out there, right? Trenton Simpson replacing Patrick Queen. It's a pretty charmed life playing next to Roquan, though. Roquan, best linebacker in football. Hey, he might be, honestly. Fred Warner is great, but Roquan had such an unbelievable year last year. He's been just transformative for this Ravens defense. Crazy take? Fred Warner is awesome. I don't know. I think you can't go wrong with either. I don't know. I could see the argument. Fred Warner's a little bit better in coverage, but I think Roquan's a little bit better of a gap shooter and a blitzer. I don't know. It depends on who you want. Jack doesn't like Fred Warner, obviously. Seahawks fan doesn't like a 49er. 3rd and 9. Oh, man. Was that Owe who jumped the snap? They're going to get him. The Ravens get home. They get a big 3rd down sack. It's Ojabo. It's David Ojabo. He's one of the young guys that's going to kind of need to step up for this Ravens defense, right? Him and Odafe Owe. 2 sacks for the Ravens here in the first quarter, and all of a sudden, I'm Mr. The Ravens aren't going to get pressure. Look at that, 2 sacks. That is a big one right there. This Ravens defense getting some pressure. How about it? That's awesome. He was a very intriguing prospect coming out of Michigan, right? I mean, he was being mocked right there with Aiden Hutchinson in a lot of these mock drafts, and then just a brutal injury for him, right? But the Ravens take a bit of a flyer on him. Good for him to get a big sack there. Jack saying Fred Warner is the softest player in the league, yet tries to act all tough. I remember the Fred Warner conversation we had during the NFC Championship game stream. There may be a few instances of Fred Warner being an instigator. We got Mile Marker in here saying hi, y'all. Welcome to the stream, Mile Marker. Football is back. Let's go. Good to have you in here. How are you enjoying your nice Thursday night? We had a bit of a delay here, right? Waiting 20 minutes for the game to start, but it's here, and it's beautiful, and it's glorious. And I'm having, as Vance Joseph once did, the time of my life. Good first quarter, though, right? 2 drives each for these 2 teams, 2 touchdowns, 2 punts. We got a little bit of a balanced game so far. That was a big sack right there from the Ravens, though. It looked like the Chiefs, They've had a few big plays, but that was a game-changing sack, and it was Ojabo getting home, and I believe they only rushed 4 on that play too. So that's pretty encouraging if you're the Ravens. If you can get after Mahomes rushing only 4, right? Because you don't want to blitz him. That was one of the big things that teams stopped doing. Just don't blitz Mahomes ever, because he can buy time and throw downfield, and now he's so good. Like, if you blitz him, he'll just like swing it out to Rashee Rice, and they'll just go where the blitzing defender left space. But Ravens with a big defensive stand there. They're going to get the ball back. I wonder what the win probability chart is right now. Right now, ESPN says Chiefs have a 57% chance to win. That seems fair, right? They seem to be... a lot of this is just like vibes based and like how the teams are looking on these drives. The Chiefs look maybe a little bit better right now. But the Ravens, I don't know. They could turn things on their head a little bit. Mile Marker's asking, whose jersey am I wearing? I'm wearing the Mahomes. I can't lie. Again, I gave this speech earlier. Like, this does not mean I'm rooting for the Chiefs in any ways, right? I'm hoping for a nice, good game of football right here. I honestly don't really care who wins, but you know, if I'm like streaming and there's like a team that's playing and I have a jersey of them, I have a decent sized jersey collection. I threw the Mahomes on, right? You know, I have to rep the greatest of my generation. So, man, what a special player. Jack says probably some irrelevant QB, nothing special. Yeah, he's a bum. He's washed. Oh, there's Matt Araiza punting. Crazy special teams unit for the Chiefs. Oh my gosh. See, that was kind of the thing with him. Like, coming out of college was like he had the big leg and he could boom those punts, but he also kind of had a touchback problem. He's got like a bit of a Brock Osweiler punting game, and that like Brock Osweiler just had such a cannon of an arm, but he couldn't always control it. Like, that was kind of a thing for him. Like, oh, he can punt it 85 yards, but he'll punt it out of the back of the end zone. We saw that there. 56-yard boomer, but the Ravens start at the 20. All right, Baltimore. Mile Marker saying he's rooting for the Chiefs tonight. He went to high school in Kansas City. I feel like you might have said that before. If you did, I don't remember, but you just have such a fascinating life. There's just so many little connections. I love it. He wishes he was as good as Michael Dixon, the Aussie legend, right? I believe he's from Australia. Oh, Michael Dixon. Remember the double punt back in 2019 on Thursday Night Football against, I believe it was the Rams? No, it wasn't 2019. It was 2021, the double punt. There's Roger Rosengard, and there's another one of those new offensive linemen. Look at him moving the fullback back and forth. Play action. Mahomes on the move. Chris Jones got the ball. Who's going to get the ball? The Chiefs say it's their ball. Big Chris Jones makes the play, and it's Chiefs' ball. Wow. Chris Jones, what a play. Man, he had a few of those plays in the first quarter, just like, goodness gracious, he's breaking through. It looks like he's due for a sack. Right here, first play of the drive, just a straight, oh my gosh. Oh, man. First ballot Hall of Famer right there. Blitz and a half, and it's Chris Jones leading the charge. Man, that is a game-changing play right there. Oh, that's so sick, Jack. You have a Michael Dixon Color Rush jersey in honor of that play. That is so unbelievably sick. That's got to be one of the biggest jersey flex I've ever seen. Now what are they doing? They're faking a toss to Mahomes. Only the Chiefs would do this. Oh my gosh. They could be such an unserious team sometimes. Parachamp saying, oh, Lamar, game solved, asking, besides the Vikings division rivals, what is the team that you least want to win the Super Bowl? That is a great question. This is a lame answer, right? I'm not much of a hater these days. I'm really not. Like, obviously, I've got some beef with the Vikings rivals, but like, whatever. Like, oh, it's like hard for me to like hate other teams. Like, obviously, it's Vikings over everyone else, right? I guess a team that I wouldn't want to see win the Super Bowl. I mean, I don't know. Like, I guess And I have nothing against the Chiefs, but like it'd be nice to see someone else win, right? A three-peat would be cool. Like I wouldn't be mad if they three-peated. It'd be nice to see another team win though. All right, 1st and 20 now. Oh, Pacheco dropped it. Man, Mahomes. I mean, that one might have been just like a hair off. He is getting a lot of action tonight. Let's see this throw back. Yeah, I mean, that is kind of a tough catch for a running back to make. Like, Mahomes could have, like, put it a little bit more on his chest. It's not a bad pass by any means. Like, you know, if that's CMC, that might have been 6 points right there. But he had to extend just a little bit, you know. Obviously, you wish that he caught it. Are they going to call timeout here? Oh, they are. I don't love calling a timeout here. I guess like you gotta like rethink it over, right? I'm kind of becoming like one of those big like clock management nerds where it's like you gotta save your timeouts for the end of the half, right? Because like that's 40 seconds right there, and if you're trying to get the ball back, like you need all 3 of them. This is Andy Reid we're talking about though. He's gotten a little bit better at clock management. You know, that was a heck of an idea. Like that was a well drawn up play right there, and Mahomes did have a pretty good ball, but. I mean, the play clock was running out for as far as like the timeout goes, and it's 2nd and 20, so you want to make sure that you get it right. Like, I'm not gonna hate on the timeout that much, but I'm a big like save your timeouts kind of guy. That is a pretty sick pet crocodile. Well, let's see what they have out of the timeout. Oh, that's a rocket. Noah Gray, first catch of the year, just signed a big extension. We saw a lot of Noah Gray last year. He's not bad either. He's another good one of those second tight ends. Thing is, most of the time, it's only one team that ends up using the timeouts. Yeah. Kind of weird how they always just seem to shake out. That was something that Sean McVay killed me with last year. How Sean McVay would always burn his timeouts. The Rams like lost games because of that, man. But he hired a new clock management coordinator. True story. That might be what my next video is about. Something like that. But Mahomes. Oh, no. Juju couldn't hold on. I mean, that was a good hit, right? Like, you can't hate Juju that much for dropping it. But if you're Mahomes, you got to be sick. Like, oh, they're still not catching my passes. I mean, that's more or less, we'll see how they scored in the box score, but you could argue like that's 2 drops on that drive. Like, yeah, Juju probably should have held on to that. Like, Mahomes is not throwing a bad ball yet. Like, they were both dropped. Chiefs are getting flashbacks right now to Kadarius Toney. I mean, none of them have been as bad as that yet, but yeah, it hits Pacheco in the hands and then Juju in the hands, and now you have to settle for 3 off the turnover. That stings a little bit. The Chiefs, I won't say they shot themselves in the foot. They might have stepped on a butter knife with their foot on that drive. Oh, coming away with only 3 points on that drive is rough. The Chiefs easily could have scored a touchdown there, but just they're still not catching the ball. They're still not catching the ball. Man, repeating last season? Absolutely, all right? That's what everyone in America is probably thinking right now. What playing with Mac Jones does to him, man. Hey, yeah, maybe. MVS had the worst drops throughout the year. Oh, yeah, think about that Eagles game, right? They should have won that Eagles game. Poor MVS. I mean, you could see how frustrated he was, slamming his helmet in frustration. But he did redeem himself in the playoffs. He had a nice playoff run with the Chiefs. It's playoff MVS. Like, it's so funny. He was good in the postseason in 2022 as well. He had a great game against the Bengals in the AFC Championship game. Playoff MVS is a thing somehow. But yeah, those drops are brutal. Now he's on the Bills, I think, right? And he had a great game against the Bills last year. And he was the one that iced the game against the Ravens too. Ravens end up giving up 3 after a fumble on their 20. Really good result. Oh, absolutely, right? Like, if you're the Ravens, you feel like you just dodged a bullet right there. I mean, it was a 1-play drive, turnover. Chris Jones is starting to cause some havoc, though. You gotta figure out, what are you going to do about the Chris Jones problem? Forget George Karlaftis. How about the first ballot Hall of Famer on the Chiefs defensive line, huh? Ugh. I believe, has Travis Kelce still not caught a pass yet? Yeah, I don't even think he's been targeted. That is interesting. I mean, again, like, last year, Travis Kelce had a pretty good year, and he's still like obviously a really good player, right? But he blended into the background a little bit more last year, and then he came alive for the playoffs. I wonder if we're going to see a similar situation this year. Just, all right, we'll unleash Kelce when we have to. Like the Super Bowl, I think Kelce played almost every single snap, but most of the games last year, like Kelce was playing like 85, 90% of the snaps, which is still actually decently high, but they had Kelce out for like every play in the Super Bowl. I mean, you have to, right? Empty the tank. This is for it all. Mahomes 6 for 8, Lamar 6 for 7. Both quarterbacks have looked pretty good so far. I mean, you could argue these are the two best quarterbacks in the NFL. If you want to put Lamar at 2 over Josh, I won't hate you for it. I personally might have Josh just a hair above Lamar, but if you want to have Lamar at 2, I have no issue with that whatsoever. He's a really good player. All right. The Ravens like have the chance to get the lead back, you know. Chiefs, I believe, will start with the ball in the second half. Just something to keep in mind. But oh, look at that. The Chiefs home run. Yeah, I mean, they have so many homegrown defensive players, right? It's that draft and develop mentality. And, you know, Les Snead, their general manager, some Chiefs fans and Chiefs Twitter have been like, man, Les Snead hurt us with those wide receivers last year. Yeah, but he built a Super Bowl defense in like 2 years. He deserves so much credit for that. Excuse me, I'm about to cough for a second. Excuse me. The midstream coughs are back. All right, what do we got here? Is Mark Andrews out there? He's been out there a little bit. He's out there on first down, but we've seen a decent amount of him and Likely. Little bubble right there to Zay Flowers. All right, nice gain on first down. Kind of like an extension of that running game, right? Just quick little pass behind the line of scrimmage, but get one of your best playmakers out in space. Nice little, 6-yard gain, we'll call it. Opens up the playbook here on 2nd and 4. Likely is likely the future. Ha! I see what you did there. No, yeah, he is next man up, you know. And Mark Andrews is still at a decent age, but he's had those injury concerns. Oh, Derrick Henry, able to just kind of hang out there and just second effort. It looked like he got one of his own men pushed back into him, but he was able to stay upright. That was a little scat back. If that was Justice Hill, that might have knocked him back a little further, but Henry able to stay up. Hey, no. I am the king of cheesy puns. We encourage that kind of corny behavior. I couldn't decide if I was going to say behavior or humor. We encourage that here on Dr. Pigskin. Keep them coming. I will likely enjoy them. Oh, I'm so cringy, but I love it. All right, fresh set of downs. Here's that play action again. Oh, there's Likely. There he is. Look at that. They've been feeding Likely. You know, it's so funny, right? There's like the marquee tight ends here of Mark Andrews and Travis Kelce. Neither of them have a catch so far. Oh, Lamar fired up on the sideline. Look at him going at his offensive lineman. Yeah, I mean, they've been getting battered so far in this game. Looks like the Ravens are kind of just like, all right, we're not going to get a lot downfield. We might not have time to get stuff downfield. So we're going to dump it off in the flat a lot. There it is again. A little screen set up for Zay Flowers. Flag is down. Zay Flowers is going the wrong way. Oh, he could have probably got the first there if he went north and south. Penalty flag down, though. We'll see about that. Don't tell me it's another illegal formation. There's no way it's another illegal formation. Okay, pass interference. Offensive pass interference on a screenplay, right? Probably getting a little too excited with your blocking. There's Rashad Bateman right there. He hasn't done a whole lot yet. Yeah, just a little over-eager there. Let's watch this back. Look at that mile marker encouraging Jack. Yeah, he's out there blocking like well before the ball is out. That's pretty easy for the refs to spot there. OPI. Not nothing. 2nd and 15. instead of what would have been nearly a first down. They're sending Justice Hill in motion a lot. I don't think that was a designed run right there. I think Lamar, maybe it was. He didn't seem to take off quite as quickly as he would have on a normal quarterback drop. Maybe I'm wrong. But that's what, his third or fourth carry here? 3rd and 10 though, and here comes that Arrowhead crowd. They were 3 for 11 on 3rd down in the AFC Championship game, but 3 for 4 tonight. And it's been, 2 of them have been long 3rd downs. And I think the other one was what, the touchdown with Derrick Henry, right? No, that was the Lamar Jackson keeper. Play clock running out. Yeah, if you're the Chiefs, you can totally rush 4 and live with it. Here goes Lamar, though. He's going to tuck it and run. He's not going to get it. He tried to lower the shoulder. Lamar fired up. I wonder if they're going to go for it here. Right? You're going to tuck it and run. It's 4th and short. John Harbaugh is kind of aggressive on 4th down. He's not quite Dan Campbell, but he'll go for it. They're at midfield. I say go for it. Right? The Chiefs will get the ball to start the second half here. You got to get points on this drive. Here we go. Here we go. 4th and 3. And they're going to dump it off, and they don't get it. They don't get it. The Chiefs were there. What a stop on 4th down. The Ravens loaded up in one of their jumbo sets, right? They run Lamar out of it so much, they try and pass it. They try and swing it out to Zay Flowers, and look at the Chiefs DBs. Is that McDuffie right there? McDuffie, very sure tackler. What a play by the All-Pro, Trent McDuffie. Yeah, play call maybe not the greatest there, right? It looked doomed from the start, you know. Chiefs defense is really good. Again, I will defend, I don't hate the idea of going for it on 4th down. Sometimes it just doesn't work, you know. Yeah, they just tried a little swing pass out there. I think they were hoping that they could catch the Chiefs napping, right? They just run Lamar off the right tackle so many times out of that look. They're probably thinking, oh, it's 4th and 3. We're going to run Lamar. But yeah, you know, you do have the two-headed monster, and they didn't give it to either of them. Yeah. Mile marker saying, wowee. Wow. Yeah, wowee is right, you know. You know, there will be discourse about this, but I'm really thinking my next video is going to be about game management, stuff like going forward on 4th down, 2-point conversions, clock management, stuff that might sound a little boring, but I think it's a very interesting conversation to have, and it's going to be a big conversation we have this season. For all the talk we had about Dan Campbell's 4th down decisions last year, it's not going away. Teams are going to go for it on 4th down. They might not always get it, but it's easier to remember the times that they don't get it than the times when they do, right? Without giving away too much, I've done a lot of research on this, actually. Let's just say that, the Lions benefited more than they lost from going for it on 4th down last year. Same with, the Eagles, another aggressive team. Right? It's at midfield, right? Chiefs still aren't in field goal range yet. It is a little tough. Man, the Chiefs could go up 2 scores here now. They've got a bit of a shorter field. Isn't that all just analytics? It is, right? Analytics is such a broad term, you know, and we'll see what I come up with here. But this has always been something that's fascinated me, right? How do they actually decide when to go for it, when to not go for it? And, you know, something's interesting is some teams the Lions and the Eagles, for example, they don't just necessarily blindly listen to the analytics. There were plenty of times last year where the Lions went for it when the analytics said to not go for it, you know, and maybe the margins are super thin and every team's got their own way of deciding when to go and when not to go. But there was a lot of times where a lot of your basic 4th down models said don't go for it, and the Lions were no, we are anyways. And it worked a lot of the time. Packers benefited a lot on Thanksgiving and the Lions failed. I mean, that is the downside, right? It does look pretty bad when you don't get it. Lamar and the King, you run a quick screen. Yeah. This could be a game changer here. The Ravens just a turnover and a turnover on downs. Look at the Chiefs. They come back to a similar look that they had with the Worthy touchdown, but this time they actually give it to Pacheco. They have Zay Flowers hidden behind the lineman. That's just an unbelievable job by Trent McDuffie. If Trent McDuffie wasn't there, like if Trent McDuffie went with his man, and maybe it looked like maybe they were playing zone, but if like Trent McDuffie just went a little bit more to the left, that's a first down. Snapback tackle. Analytics is complex with football, however, I know one certainty. There's the first catch for Kelce, and he's not getting a whole lot. MCDC hasn't won a Thanksgiving game yet. This year, hey, it's got to be this year, right? I'm trying to remember who they play on Thanksgiving. It's got to be, though. Travis Kelce, first target comes like midway through the second quarter, and it's like a 2-yard catch. You know, I wonder if we'll see another sub 1,000-yard season for him this year with these new toys for the Chiefs. 3rd and 7. I still think he's got a little bit left, but I don't think he's going for like 1,400 yards again. Oh, no! It's a false start. Is that Jawan Taylor? Don't tell me that's Jawan Taylor. It is! Remember that last year? All the false starts that weren't called by Jawan Taylor, and then they finally got him. He does it again. We're watching a rerun. Dropped passes, Jawan Taylor, false starts. The script writers are like, you know what? Last year was good. Let's have a rerun. 3rd and 12 now. You can't just throw it short to Rashee. Is this where we see the deep shot? He doesn't have anyone downfield. Buys time. It's caught. It's Kelce. Mahomes. The creation out of structure. And this is the classic Mahomes right here. Just buying that extra second so he can always find his man downfield. And you know what? You're right, Parachamp. Maybe Travis Kelce isn't the speedy Lamborghini he once was, but he's still old reliable. He and Patrick Mahomes have unbelievable chemistry. Kelce is, you know, it's so funny, right? Kelce has like the reputation of being like a meathead bro. He is one of the smartest players I've ever seen. His ability to find open space is truly extraordinary. And Mahomes just had to buy that extra second. There's the Mahomes out of structure that's so much fun to watch. And then here he is in structure. Little dump off. There's Worthy. Look at that. First down. First catch for Worthy. We got Michael in here. Let's go. Welcome to the stream, Michael. Saying, OMG Taylor Swift. There's the Tay-Tay cameo, right? Her man just got a big first down right there. Swifty for over a decade. Let's go. Mile markers as Swifty. Was not expecting that, but you know what? That's awesome. I respect the heck out of that. Let's go. And you played the Bears on Turkey Day. Oh, that'll be a fun one. That'll be a fun one. There we go. Pacheco. Delayed handoff. Angry leg grinding forward. Michael legitimately does. Let's go. We got a good group in here right now. Football's back. Mahomes creating out of structure is back. Still haven't seen that deep shot yet, but it was nice to see Mahomes break the pocket and fling one downfield to Kelce. Chiefs in their bag right now. Juju in motion. Oh, couldn't quite connect with Kelce. Hating on Taylor Swift doesn't make you more of a football fan? Facts. If you still do it, hey, you're entitled to your own tastes and preferences. Nothing wrong with that. 3rd and 5, though. Let's see. Like, I feel like... Oh, Jawan Taylor moving a little early again, maybe. Oh, Jawan. First miss from Mahomes. Yeah, that wasn't his best ball. That's probably his worst throw of the night so far. 3rd and 5. Here comes the pressure. Mahomes, a rainbow. Oh, Worthy had to play DB there. That was nearly intercepted. That was a bit of a risky throw right there from Mahomes. He put that one in a bit of danger. Worthy had to like kind of break that one up a little bit. Yeah, wow. That was a great play by Xavier Worthy. That was a bit of a dangerous throw by Mahomes. Ravens brought the blitz there, and they were able to kind of fluster him a little bit. I got to tip my cap to Zach Orr. He's called a pretty good game so far. You know, there's some things like sometimes the Chiefs will just hit like that Kelsey play. Like there's not much you can do about that, right? Like Mahomes is just able to avoid sacks better than anyone else. That's one of his superpowers, but that is big to hold him to 3 again. It's still a 1-score game, right? Hey, if you're the Ravens, you live with that. You tried to go for it on 4th down. You didn't get it, but you're able to hold them to 3. It's still a 1-score game. That's a risk that you're willing to take when you're trying to get 7 on that possession. That's a win for the Ravens right there. Chiefs are looking pretty good. They've hit some nice plays, but the Ravens have been able to keep themselves in this. But was he worthy of a first-round draft choice? It looks like it so far. And I had a few... I do love it, though. I love it, right? It's likely that he was worthy. I did have my fair share of questions about Xavier Worthy. Like, can he beat press and stuff? They're just not going to make him do it. I guess, I mean, just don't make him do it then. Maybe he's a little limited, but to bring that speed element back to Kansas City, to get someone with game-changing speed that Andy Reid can scheme up, right? It's not even just the deep shots, right? They had the nice little toss on the end around, and then they had a nice little drag route that he's able to turn upfield, right? You can use that speed in other ways besides just 50-yard go balls. Oh, that was a good one. But yeah, Ravens defense hanging in there right now. They've given up maybe a few bit more big plays than the Chiefs, but they've tightened up when they've had to. They've been pretty good in the red zone so far. Still no Karlaftis sack yet. If I get the Karlaftis sack, it's going to hit because I paired it with the Caleb Williams free space. It was over half a yard, so he just needs to pass for 1 yard. So if Karlaftis can just get half of a sack, then I'll make $30. Can't complain about that. It's just a little $10. Stupidity says, love a good neck crack. Me too. Oh man, that one felt good. We got James in here. Let's go. Welcome to the stream, James. Good to have you in here. How about that fantasy draft, huh? That was pretty fun. Saying, thank God Worthy didn't catch that ball. That Bills-Chiefs trade would never live it down. Yeah. Hey, we'll see how Keon Coleman looks, though, right? And I know everyone's like, oh, I can't believe the Bills gave the Chiefs Xavier Worthy. I mean, hey, we'll see. I don't know. Keon Coleman could be something, too. But, good to have these... Good to have the crew back in here for the big stream, right? James was in the fantasy league that we did, that we drafted like a few hours ago at this point. Hey, gonna be a fun year of fantasy. We got that. We got the Dynasty League. That was a lot of fun on Monday night. I'll have the fantasy hotline for my pregame show this year. We can discuss some stardom situm questions while I set my lineups. Fun stuff like that. Look at that. Christian Pulisic is in the house. The American soccer star. James asking my bets for tonight. I've got just one. It's the Caleb Williams free space on Prize Picks, so over 0.5 yards. So, I mean, that'll hit for certain on Sunday. And I paired that with George Karlaftis over 0.25 sacks. So he just needs half a sack, right? With this new Ravens offensive line, and I really think Karlaftis is a good player. He had like 10 sacks last year. He played great in the AFC Championship game against the Ravens last year. And, you know, he's going up against Patrick McCarry, a new starter for the Ravens. I like him to get a sack tonight. And the fact that he only needs half a sack, I was like, I'll put $10 down on that. Let's see. Oh, yeah, there's the flag. I've been watching Karlaftis a little bit. That was a decent job by Markari to hold up against him. But yeah, they're going to get the PI right there. Mile marker started the pick'ems. Let's go. Oh, we'll be giving a pick'em competition update every week too. We'll be checking out the standings and see the race for the prize. We'll have a nice little prize at the end of the year. I'll see what I come up with, but I promise it'll be something good. I think whoever wins it is going to enjoy it. Flowers is getting a lot of targets. I mean, he is the dude, right? Like, if they don't trust Bateman to like step in as like the number 2 yet, right? They've got Andrews and Likely, but they haven't really looked Andrews' way so far. Like, I wonder if he's limited or something. I feel like he hasn't even been targeted yet. There's an end around to Flowers. Oh, he made the man miss. One of those Chiefs was screaming down to the line of scrimmage, and Flowers was able to like sidestep him a little bit. James believes in George. The Ravens O-line looks sus, and Rosengard did get cooked by Chris Jones. Yeah, I was saying earlier, that might be the biggest mismatch on the entire field tonight, and we already saw it result in one turnover. I mean, Chris Jones pretty much got the Chiefs 3 points so far. That is. Angela has Flowers. Wow. Good pick. Zay Flowers has been eating so far. Heck of a pick. There's Derrick Henry. Henry still going. Christine has Derrick Henry scoring the first touchdown of the season. Christine's team looking kind of nice. You know, I might have drafted for her, but I did take some of her input a little bit just based off previous football conversations we had. She's a Jordan Love believer. She was happy with the results. That was a beautiful juke. So they're going to get Chris Jones. Oh, did he line up in the neutral zone? Oh, no. He Kadarius Toney'd it. Oh, no. Game solved as Flowers, too. Yeah. Looking like a heck of a pick right now. Henry 8 for 33 and a touchdown. Not bad, right? Gotten some tough yards. But it's been tough sledding for him. It's not even really been his fault. The Chiefs has just dominated the line of scrimmage. Oh, look at Lamar slip through right there. First down. Just find the hole up the middle. He must have really taken it to heart, this whole, like, oh, he should have tucked it and run more. Look at that. Just a chasm for him to run through. Easy first down. They might want to start thinking about putting a spy on him because he's taken off and run a lot now. This feels like a little bit of a younger Lamar. 5 for 44. That's right. He did lose weight. That was one of those off-season stories. He's 9 for 10 too. Lamar has played pretty well. He's had a few nice throws and some nice runs. Ah, they're going to blow it dead. Dead ball foul. Probably false start. Delay of game. I wasn't even watching the game clock. A lot of penalties on the Ravens so far. There's that crowd noise coming in right there. Yeah, 4 for 35. Chiefs have 3 for 20. But yeah, some killer penalties for Baltimore. And they had that offsetting penalty too, which nullified a first down. What the heck? That's funny. Those little kids boxing. Yeah, Tirico confirming my suspicions of no targets for Andrews. There's Lamar on the keeper. All right. Now you probably got to pass it here on like 2nd and 11, but take a few yards, right? You don't want to get the 2nd and 15, certainly. Seen a few of those QB keepers now for Lamar. Good to see that. I know we were talking about it earlier, but it seems like they didn't really tell Lamar to run in the AFC Championship game last year. Oh, yeah. I mean, he probably watched that film back so many times. And like, even like you could hear like Odell mic'd up saying like, man, you got to run. Like, it's good to see just like he seems to have found a good balance here. There's Mark Andrews. There is a flag down though. We'll see about the penalty. There's no way. There's no way it's another illegal formation. There's no way. No! No! Ronnie, you went to Notre Dame. You're smart. Oh, no. Oh, my goodness. Goodness gracious. John Harbaugh's going to make him run laps in practice on Monday. Everyone on the line. I'm laughing because that was a nice play to Flowers. I'm laughing. There's a story back when Mike Zimmer was the Vikings coach. I can't remember what year it was or what game it was, but the Vikings like had such a bad game that Mike Zimmer made them run during practice. Oh, good old Mike. I'm so happy Mike Zimmer's back in the NFL. I love Mike Zimmer so much. I know there's like some former players have said like he's a bit of a meanie. I mean, maybe like he was never my coach, but he was just so crotchety. But in his prime, he was a good coach. Zay Screen, indeed. I mean, how many catches does he have now? I'm seeing 5 for 39. Yeah. 5 catches, 5 targets. Let's see, like what are like these quarterbacks' average depth of target right now? I wonder if good old RBSDM has a live update for that. They might. The live box score. Can we go to 2024 yet? Let's see. Dude, this is how you know I'm in deep. I have rbsdm.com bookmarked on my browser. Where is it? Baltimore, Kansas City. I go on this website so much. Yeah, they do. Lamar Jackson's average depth of target is 1.6 yards. On average, he's throwing the ball 1.6 yards down the field. That's insane. Like, it's got to go up at some point, right? It's just been so many screens, and I get like they have not had a whole lot of time to like hit anything downfield, but oh my gosh, that is unbelievable. Like Mahomes is 5.8, which is incredibly low too, right? Lamar Jackson's average depth of target. Let's see if we can find the percentile. The zeroth percentile. So if that holds, if I'm not mistaken, if that holds, which there's no way it will, but if the game ended right now, that would be, I think, the lowest average depth of target from like a starting quarterback ever recorded. That's crazy, right? I mean, that's insane. And Mahomes is 5.8. That's the 12th percentile. Like, that's lower than his season was last year, 6.5 yards, which is incredibly low. But that's crazy. Yeah. I mean, it's just been screen. The Jarvis Landry 2017 stat line. That's awesome. Likely has the deepest pass catch. I bet he does. Yeah. Chris Jones is kind of ruining them right now. We got CB in here. Let's go. Welcome to the stream, CB. Saying, had to pop in and say hi. Well, thank you for joining us. Football is back. Let's go. CB is back. It's a good day. Sorry, 1.6 yards. We'll see what that number ends at. I'm going to keep that tab open on my third screen, but that's just insane. The new NFL meta. Yeah, yards after catch. People love their yards after catch. All right, let's see. 3rd and 8. What can they do here? Looks like it's going to be an ugly pass from Lamar. We'll see. They're going to bring in Likely probably to help pass protect. Yeah, that was Chris Jones on the edge. They had to get extra help there. Yeah. Hey, that wasn't a sack, but George Karlaftis was in the backfield right there. I mean, look at Chris Jones drawing the double team. They're going to motion Likely over just because they need someone to help, right? Chris Jones lined up at defensive end. So then all of a sudden, you got a nice little look for Karlaftis. Able to get around the edge. Trayvon Wharton, I think that's his name. Big 98 was in there too. Oh, they're going to try a 53-yarder with Tucker. You know, Tucker low-key had a down year last year. Look at that. They're showing the stat graphic right now. Low-key a down year for Justin Tucker last year. Oh, he missed again. Tucker, is he washed? Oh, no. Tucker washed. Where is Matthew Spanauer? Oh, no. Justin Tucker missed. What happened? Like, what happened? That's crazy. Man, short passes that turn into medium gains. Yeah, I mean, that's like what the Shanahan tree does, right? Think about all those dump-offs to Debo that get housed, right? It is a thing, right? You got to get that ball out quick. Think about how good all these pass rushers are now. And these offensive coaches, like these neurotic geniuses that stay up until like 4 a.m. scheming up like, all right, we're going to get Debo on the drag. And as soon as he catches it, he can turn up field and like, you know, George Kittle will be there to block for him and stuff like that. Man, if Yak is so good, why don't QBs catch some so they can get more of it? Younghoe Koo is the new best kicker in the league now. Get ready to learn Will Reichard, buddy. The Vikings have the new best kicker in the league, all-time leading scorer in college football. In all seriousness, though, new best kicker in the league has got to be Brandon Aubrey. Brandon Aubrey is unbelievable. Brandon Aubrey had a season for the ages last year. Brandon Aubrey might actually be the best kicker in the league now. Tucker washed. Crazy. Thank you, Mile Marker, saying please share and copy. You don't have to send it, but still counts good for the channel. Oh, you're too kind. You're always promoting my channel, man. That's so kind of you. I appreciate it. I called it, kind of. I mean, it's just like 53 yarders. These kickers are so good. It can be easy to think that they're a gimme. And again, like Tucker's just had a weird stretch now. I don't know if it's the yips or what. Like he's certainly still got a very powerful leg, but Daddy Messi's in here. Let's go. Welcome to the stream, Daddy Messi. Good to have you back in here. Saying Mike Tirico, what the commentator curse? The old kibosh, as Al Michaels would say. The old kibosh. Oh, man. Hoping the new best kicker is going to be Jake Bates and random. But what do I think of Jake Bates? This is going to be crazy. Maybe I don't keep up with kickers as much as I should. Who's Jake Bates? Is he the Lions kicker now? Yeah. Well, he'll probably be better than Badgley, right? I mean, they didn't have like an amazing kicking game last year. So I don't have a Jake Bates take, believe it or not. Look at me getting exposed a little bit. Oh, no. But mile marker hoping. I guess that makes sense, right? You hope the Lions kicker's the best? Yeah. Chiefs take over after the miss. Oh, no. Mahomes threw it to Roquan. Roquan Smith gets the ball right back. Wow. What is this game? Twists and turns. Wow. That was just like bad from Mahomes a little bit. I mean, we'll have to watch this playback here. Oh, I think he did catch it. Yeah. Man, you're right, stupidity. Like, I don't know what the heck happened there. That's a pick. Slightly muddied pocket. He tried to get it to Rice. Rice was open. He just short-armed it like crazy. Pressure up the A-gap right there. Probably couldn't follow through all the way. Good pressure up the middle by the Ravens. Kind of made that happen. Maybe Mahomes just tried to do a little bit too much there. Like, that's such an insanely tough throw to make. Like, that probably wasn't a wise decision. But good job by the Ravens getting the ball back. I mean, my goodness. Gonna swing it out to Justice Hill, and that's negative yards behind the line of scrimmage, but they pick up positive yards. That was pretty bad, though, stupidity. I'm with you. Like that's a bad Mahomes play right there. Like, he just shouldn't have done that. Too much dip on his chip. Even Mahomes makes mistakes. He was drilling 60-yarders in the USFL, I think. The Brandon Aubrey path. Well, I will have Jake Bates on my radar now. That's sick. I love that. More negative A-dot. Lamar stepping up and running. Oh, he's going to do that all day. Man, he is finding those running lanes. How many rushing yards is that for him now? 63? Lamar might go for 100 on the ground in this game. Yeah, I mean, if you're the Chiefs, what do you do, right? You got to muddy it up a little bit more. It's risky getting a spy because then you lose a guy in coverage, but it's not like the Ravens have been testing you downfield necessarily. Clean pocket. Look at Linderbaum, I think that is, going up against Karlaftis. Karlaftis has nothing. That was a great rep right there on George Karlaftis. I think it was Tyler Linderbaum who was blocking him, but Karlaftis had absolutely nothing there. Todd Munkin going back to his Georgia days with all those swing pass calls. Oh, yeah, big time. Lamar remembered he can run. Bates kicked UFL Michigan Panthers. Oh, that's sick. And Ford Field, so he's familiar with the environment. There's a pass downfield. There it is, Isaiah Likely. What are the odds that Isaiah Likely gets more yards this season than Mark Andrews? I mean, it's just one game. You don't want to overreact too much, right? Man. And there's 23 seconds left now. Like, the Ravens might be able to steal some points before halftime. I know the Chiefs get the ball to start the second half, but Man, if you're the Ravens, you could take the lead here going into halftime. You feel pretty good about that. Like, oh, if you're the Chiefs, you're sick right now. Like, you should probably be winning this game at halftime no matter what happens on this drive. Man. And they're okay. But you know what? They have 3 timeouts. Lamar's frustrated. You have 3 timeouts with 27 seconds left. You're able to take 1. I'm sure maybe he's frustrated. Maybe he liked the look that he got there. He wanted the ball to be snapped. Oh, man. I feel like if you're the Ravens, though, you got to get a touchdown here. To come away with only 3 would be pretty brutal. To have the things that have gone your way go your way and not lead at halftime, and for the Chiefs to be able to get into the locker room and adjust, I feel like you got to get a touchdown on this drive. This is a big drive right here. If the Ravens win, there won't be an asterisk. Yeah, look at the callback to last year's opener. Hey, the Lions very much proved that they were that good. And maybe there shouldn't have been an asterisk. A little shot at Mike Tirico there. I love it. I don't blame you. If I was a Lions fan, I would have been fired up too. Yeah, Lamar was a little frustrated there, wasn't he? They are having some issues. Hey, it's Arrowhead, right? This is one of the most rowdy environments in the NFL. Clean pocket for Lamar. Likely. Won't get the first down. You don't worry about that too much though yet, right? Like at this point, you're so close to the end zone. You know, you can pick up the first here if you want. You have 2 timeouts. You could even run the ball if you wanted to. You are pretty flexible here on 2nd and 1. But man, this has been like kind of a collegey offense so far from the Ravens. Just a lot of running and then short swing passes. Like, this is something you'd see on Saturdays, but it's been working for the most part. And Lamar just scrambling. Yeah, 12 yards to go, right? I mean, even if, you have probably 2 plays to get the first down here. Then you can just start taking shots at the end zone. All right, let's see. 2nd and 1. Lamar. Oh my goodness. He tried to do a little jump pass there. That did look a little funny. That's okay. You can come back on 3rd and 1 here now. He tried to step up. I mean, he'd stepped up and run so many times, right? Maybe he's going to try and pull a fast one and throw it there. But that did look a little silly, didn't it? 18 seconds left. I mean, the clock is really not your enemy. If anything, hey, James, cover your ears. But if anything, if you're the Ravens, you want to take as much time as possible against the Chiefs. All right. Oh, a little toss play. Justice Hill. Easy money first down. You can call timeout. You've probably got 3 shots at the end zone here. This has been a good half of a hard game. This has been a good game. You know, first 2 drives are touchdowns. The offense has kind of slowed down a little bit, but some of that has just been the way these teams are playing. Like the Ravens have just played so much ball control offense. Like it's not even like these offenses have been bad, but just that's the way the game has gone so far. It's been a lot of long possessions and then a few weird turnovers and missed kicks, you know. They only have 12 seconds and not 13 now. You know what? You're right. They're probably good to score now. 2 passes in a rush if you want. Yeah, you do still have that 3rd timeout, right? No, they don't have that 3rd timeout. Okay, just kidding. But you can take 3 shots at the end zone if you'd like. You can't take too much time on these dropbacks, right? You got to try and get open quickly. You got to find something that you like quickly. You got to be very decisive with the football. If your first read's not there, all right, live to fight another down. He's going through his reads. Oh, it's batted up in the air. Leo Chanel, whatever. Close enough. Sorry, Leo, if I butchered your name. Not that he cares, but all right. That only took, 4 seconds off the clock? You got 2 more shots here. That definitely could have been picked off, though. Oh. That is a heck of a play. Yeah, Justice Hill would have scored. Chris Collinsworth is absolutely right. That should have been a TD. 2nd and goal. They are going to call timeout. James, I saw Big George and I got excited for a sec. I was like, let's go. He's ahead and George Karlaftis is going to get a sack. Yeah, that was, hey, if the Chiefs go on to narrowly win this game, remember that play right there by Leo Chenal. There's just been so many like big plays already. This has been such an exciting game. Wait. Spags was trying to call a timeout? What? You know what's crazy? I didn't know that. I didn't know that the head coach was the only guy on the sideline that could call a timeout. I guess that makes sense, right? You can't have like, I don't know, like the offensive assistant be like, timeout. But I feel like they would just know not to do that. Like they would know their place. But, I feel like if you're Andy Reid, like if that rule wasn't in place, you're like, yeah, you could trust Spags to call a timeout. But I did not know that. Confused his white Midwesterners. All right, Lamar's dropping back deep. Oh, that was a long play right there. Oh, it's 4 seconds now. Now you have an interesting decision. If you want to get greedy, you could go really quick. Are the Ravens going to choose to kick it here? If so, that is a big win for the Chiefs defense. Look at more pressure up the middle right there. Yeah, they're going to send Tucker out. He's going to make this one, right? I mean, come on. No announcer's jinx is going to jinx him on this one. But that is a big stand by the Chiefs right there. Yeah, drilled it. Man, if you're the Ravens, you got to feel sick that you're losing right now. The Chiefs will get the ball to start the second half. And stupidity saying, wow, they're kicking it. Justin Tucker's unwashed. If your Spags are fired up. Yeah, I mean, the Chiefs defense has come to play today. They've had a few close calls, but they've only allowed that touchdown on the opening drive. There's a big stand. Some of their under the radar guys are making plays here. Obviously, we saw the big play by Chris Jones, but these two defenses flexing their muscles early on. And hey, I said maybe it'll be a bit of a higher scoring game. Maybe not. 13-10 at halftime. How about it? I think these offenses have a little bit more in them. I think we're going to see a little bit more scoring in the second half after some halftime adjustments. Patrick Mahomes has not played well, and they're still winning. It's just been a weird game for him, you know? Like, and I won't even, like that interception was pretty bad. But outside of the interception, like, pretty much all of his throws have been money. And, like, you know, they had the drops on that one drive. Was it, like, early in the second quarter? Like, they probably should have scored a touchdown on that coming off of the Chris Jones fumble. Like, Mahomes had a really good throw to Pacheco and then a nice enough throw to Juju. But, I mean, it's not like it's been the Patrick Mahomes show or anything, right? He's 9 for 14 with 117 and a pick. And, yeah, they're winning. Like, the offense has put up only 13 right now, and they're winning. Their defense is looking good again. It's kind of similar to the game back in January, right? Both these teams kind of traded blows on offense in the first quarter. And then after that, like, things just kind of got cagey and settled down. Not much action on the kickoffs today. I'm a little disappointed about that. I was hoping for some more returns. And there just has been some weird plays. But I will say, like, that interception was pretty bad. Like, he should not have done that. And that killed a drive for him. You know, that could have lost them some points. But, yeah, if you're Kansas City, you go into the locker room feeling pretty good. Let's play a game called Check Lamar's ADOT. If the website will reload, I might just have to pull it up again. I love that website, but it crashes a lot. All right, box scores. Let me show you. Let me show you guys. We're gonna get rid of that. That was a failed experiment, unfortunately. You guys might see my OBS setup here for a tiny second, but yeah. All right, box scores. Let me show you. Here we go. All right, guys. Go to 2024. We're gonna get rid of that. That was a failed experiment, we do not want games from 1999. You guys might see my OBS. It's being a little buggy right now. Okay, maybe not. Maybe we won't be able to. But yeah. All right. Oh well. We'll see. Mile Marker saying Mahomes never threw an interception in an opening game until last year. Really? I had no idea. And he's played in a lot of them. That is an interesting fact. Wait. Oh, last year. I was say he threw one last year. But yeah, that is when it happened. It was last year. I was like, he threw a pick six last year. Well, Kadarius Toney dropped a pick six. Oh, that's silly. So back-to-back years now. Maybe maybe Mahomes is washed. Shout out Parker Wheeland for the Mahomes is washed joke. Oh, okay. This site's not working right now. I'll check again later. But let's take a look at some halftime stats, shall we? It's been the Lamar show on the ground. Excuse me. 63 yards, 7.9 a pop, 8 carries. Most of them have been scrambles. We've seen a few designed runs, but really it's most of it has just been they're going to rush 4. All right. They're partying like the Red Sea. Let me just walk through it, you know? Well, run through it, but you know what I mean. They got Moses at quarterback. That's crazy. They used to have Moses on the offensive line. They're kind of missing him right now. I'm talking about Morgan Moses. Oh, I'm proud of that one. Zay Flowers looks like a man possessed. I expect a big second half from him. Unfortunately, playing against him in fantasy. Oh, that's tough, right? It's getting to be that time where it's like, who am I playing against in fantasy? Who's got who? Oh, I've got this guy in this league, but I'm going against him in the other league, right? The old fantasy conflict. Oh, I'm not logged into ESPN on this computer. That's crazy. Let me do that real quick. Let's see how my ESPN teams are doing. I'm losing to Christine right now. The Derrick Henry touchdowns got her in front. Let's see, who do I have going? How do I have 2 points? Oh, I have Mahomes in this league. That's right. That's right. I do have Mahomes in this league. Derrick Henry's been all right. He's been kind of running into a brick wall. Let me put up his exact stat line. I think he has like 40 yards and a touchdown. Like, it's not necessarily been his fault. The Chiefs have just kind of been gobbling him up. Like, he hasn't really had a lot of space to run. He's been fine, though. He's had a few nice runs. Let's see the exact numbers here, though. 8 for 33. 4.1 and a touchdown. I mean, that's not terrible, right? If you compare it to last year, his yards per carry was 4.2. And again, it was against a poor offensive line. Not like Derrick Henry's ever been, like, crazy efficient just because of the way he runs, right? The looks he gets. Well, I say that. 2019-2020, he was going over 5 yards a carry, which is ridiculous for a back like him that got the workload like him and, you know, pretty much got all the tough runs too. So, yeah, it's not bad, right? If you're the Ravens, you'll take that. And again, him just even being out on the field, like that 3rd and 1 in the first quarter. I don't know if you missed it, but they just did a little, they faked it to Henry and Lamar kept it, and everyone thought it was going to Derrick Henry, and Lamar was able to get like an easy 10 yards on a 3rd and 1. It's like, man, just having Derrick Henry out on the field opens up stuff like that. You know, it's just so cool to see. So it's been good so far. It's been pretty good, but I'm going to take a quick step back. I'll be back in like a minute, but I'll be right back. All right. Time to party chat. Can anyone whistle? Oh, look at that. Look at the small talk. You know, we're building a nice little community here. Can anyone whistle? I'm all right at it. I'm not going to do it because I don't want to do it into the mic and scare you guys. What do we think of Taylor Swift's fit? I missed it. I mean, I've seen her on screen, but I haven't, like, seen her fit. Michael can whistle. Let's go. That's a UGA alum right there. He knows how to whistle. Speaking of jump scare, that trumpet in this commercial goes crazy. Man. So, yeah. I'm losing to Christine in one of my fantasy leagues right now. Let's see how the other one is doing. I've got the 6-man Fargo League featuring 2 Georgia friends. Where did it go? Why can't I find it? Do I have no one going in this league right now? Yeah. But how's everyone else's fantasy teams doing right now? You know, the Zay Flowers owners are eating, right? Those PPR leagues especially, right? What does he have, like 6 catches, 5 catches, 5 for 39? Doesn't have a lot of yards, but, you know, you'll take the points for the catches. It is nice seeing football commercials again, isn't it? You know, the commercial is just a little bit more bearable when there's football on, right? And there's a lot of football-themed ones, you know. We'll see what the meme commercial is this year. Honestly, did we really have a true successor to Whopper, Whopper, Whopper last year? Like, Whopper, Whopper was 2 years ago, right? I mean, that one just took over. I guess it was the singing outlet, wasn't it? It was like, at night, I think of you. We're inseparable. Ah. You know, the Apple singing outlet commercial. That was probably the meme commercial last year. What's going to be this year's Apple singing outlet? And the year before's Whopper, 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 Whopper. These are the real things that, you know, that we need to talk about, right? Serious football discussions. All right, why can't I pull up this game here? There we go. Are they previewing the Packers-Eagles game for next week? They are. Man, that is pretty cool that they're playing in Brazil. Oh my goodness gracious. Lamar's ADOT has gone down. It's less than a yard. 0.8 yards average depth of target. He's literally, on average, throwing it less than a yard downfield. That's insane. Scoop, there it is, and Whopper, Whopper will never be surpassed. Scoop, there it is a classic. Oh, man, that was a few years ago at this point, too, wasn't it? That would have been like, was that 2015? I'm going to look that up. When was Scoop, there it is a thing? I want to say it was 2015. No way. It was 2020? It was that recent. Was it seriously that recent? Dang, am I like, is my memory going crazy? I don't know why I thought it was like a thing when I was in high school. That's crazy. Huh. Well, I stand corrected. Scoop, there it is 2020. That is a good one either way, though. That's valid, right? Lamar about to end this game with a -8. Oh, could you imagine? That there's no way that's ever happened before by like a quarterback who like played the full game. 2015 is not that old. You know, sometimes I have a really good memory, but then sometimes I just like have the weirdest mental timeline ever. I don't know. I don't know why I thought it was 2015. The Paramount commercial with Peppa Pig got very popular late in the season with Bills fans. Yes, it did. It took off on Bills Twitter. Yeah, that one was pretty funny. Josh Allen and Peppa Pig. That was pretty funny. Oh, here we go. The Chicago Fire commercials are back. There's just like so many of these shows that I would have no idea that they exist if it wasn't for football. Like, I have not seen a single second of Chicago Fire or Chicago Med or Chicago PD, right? 3 shows, 1 Chicago. Let's go. It's a Chicago Wednesday. I won't be watching, but I'm happy to see the commercials back. It's just so comforting, right? A little Chicago Wednesday action. And you know, if you're into that kind of thing, no issue with a little Chicago Wednesday and some popcorn, but Ah, the Brazil game will be interesting. I know there's a large Packer fan base down there. I bet, Packers fans travel well. They're one of the more popular teams internationally. I feel like there's going to be a good turnout of Packers fans and Eagles fans. Those are two really passionate, well-traveled fan bases. It should be a pretty rocking atmosphere too. And you know what? Just on top of it all, we might have some pretty good football. We just might have some pretty good football there too. I got to say, having this computer is so nice. I don't have to worry about my battery dying anymore. It's so nice. I don't have to jiggle the cord or anything. I will say, I've had enough of these commercials, though. If we could get back to the game soon, that would be pretty awesome. I feel like we'll get there soon enough. 10:23 here, not too bad. I can't complain. I do have to work a little bit tomorrow, but I mean, come on. It's so worth it staying up for this, right? We had the 20-minute delay. It's not going to feel that crazy. This game might get done a little bit before midnight. All right. You saw Chicago Fire once. They lost a heartbreaker to Atlanta United. You know what's crazy? I saw Atlanta United versus Chicago Fire too. It was for Intro Sports. It was for Intro Sports. I want to say Dr. Suggs was our supervisor for it. I didn't have him as my teacher. You know what's crazy? I forgot who my Intro Sports teacher was for a sec. That's so sad. How do I not remember this? It was Ledbetter. Yeah, I might as well have been in Suggs' class. I did have D-Led. But it was Atlanta United versus Chicago Fire for my running gamer assignment, which is a little jargony right now, but it was like the final project pretty much for the intro sports media class at UGA. And it was Atlanta United versus Chicago Fire. D-Led, yeah. But when did I upgrade my computer? This was actually, half of it was purchased by me. The other half was a nice little birthday gift. I got it right around my birthday. So a few weeks ago, for those that followed my channel a few months ago, I was having a very serious issue with my beloved laptop in that the battery is just getting a little bit older. And I've just got a little bit more stuff for my setup now. I've got my different monitors. And as you'll see on Sunday morning, I've got Stream Deck set up now. I'm going to try and get a custom scoreboard made for these game streams at some point. But I will have graphics for my pregame show. It'll look a little bit more professional. I'm really excited for it. And I just have so many different things plugged in, like my webcam, my lighting, my microphone, right? And OBS can drain a lot of battery when you're live streaming. So it was just time. I still have my laptop, right? I still bring it with me and stuff, but having this computer is so nice now. It's so much easier for me to edit. Editing's a lot quicker now. Sometimes when I try and edit in Premiere Pro, my laptop will sound like a plane taking off. So it's been nice. And Parachamp says the streams have been running a lot more smoothly. That's great to hear. That makes me very happy. Yeah. I tried to mess around with the internet a little bit. I haven't been able to get it set up downstairs yet, but if it's working and it's upstairs, we'll take that. Laptops can breathe a ton of new life if you can replace the battery in them. Well, maybe I will still replace the battery in my laptop. I still do like my laptop, but it is nice just having a small... I have a Mac Mini is what it is. It's one of the Mac PCs. It runs pretty well, honestly. And we have those in our office at work too. So I was like, yeah, I'll get one of these. So pretty affordable. Can't complain. So fits perfectly on my desk. But I still do have the laptop. I have it down here somewhere, actually. It's plugged in right now. But yeah. All right. Football's back. Let's go. Let's go. A little computer talk, but enough of that. Come on. Let's play some football. Let's play some football. Little John Harbaugh sideline interview. That's a new thing right now, right? They can interview guys right before the game starts back up and stuff like that. Tough to turn a running gamer on time when someone scores a go-ahead goal in the 99th minute. Oh, that's a nightmare. I'm sure you killed it, though. All right. Enough of the interview. Let's get back to the game. Here come the Chiefs. They're up 3, right? Man, you feel like they could be up more. You feel like they could be up 10. We're spotting the ball. Gonna make us wait. Huh? All right. Heavy set here for the Chiefs. Look at that. Is that 3 tight ends out there? They're going to run it with Pacheco. Just churn out some yards. All right. Nice little run on first down. Yeah, the Chiefs love their 2 and 3 tight end sets. They really do. That's been a big development for them. There's Kyle Van Noy. Yeah, he just had a year last year. He's always been a solid player, but 9 sacks for Kyle Van Noy is crazy. Oh, someone's down. Uh-oh. That's Pacheco. Oh. Who's the backup? Is that Samaje Perine? Wow. Mahomes, fake. Over the middle. There's Rice. There goes Rashee Rice. Man, he's been a monster. How many times have they done that in this game? Like, that's the 3rd or 4th time. It's just a quick little pop route to Rashee Rice, and he just gobbles up yards after the catch. Makes a man miss. I mean, he's pretty quick. Nice little fake. Mahomes staying in the pocket there. Patient. That's become kind of his bread and butter right there. They're going to let him do it. Timeouts. Oh, Andy. Oh. It's a Ravens timeout. Oh, I don't know about that. You know, I don't want to like be too harsh, right? Because like, okay, if you can't hear through the headset, like I get that. Like that's a legit problem. And you don't want that to persist throughout the drive. But man, in a close game like this where it might come down to the ends, don't you really want all 3 of those timeouts? Let's say you're down 4 and the Chiefs have the ball trying to kill the clock. Don't you want all 3 of those timeouts? It's easy for me to say. I get like, you know, you have to like figure it out. Mile Marker saying hard to cheer for Rice. It is. I mean, there's the whole legal situation going on, right? He made a really bad choice. And, it's kind of crazy how he is out there playing right now. That's the NFL's rules. Like they have to make a legal decision, but it is kind of crazy. Mahomes, to Justin Watson, his first catch on the season. Off platform, too easy. That's a nice play by Mahomes right there. Man, that is a strange formation. They'll fake it to Pacheco. Look at that. Oh, he just makes a miss in space, and then there's just a massive, wide open space for him to throw to. Justin Watson. But yeah, it is pretty hard to cheer for Rashee Rice. He did a pretty stupid thing. Little draw to Pacheco. He's got some blocks. Here come the Chiefs. Their offense seems warm, although there's a flag down. Complete miss by the lineman. Holding, not going to count. Oh, there's the rook right there. You know, a lot of people are really high on Kingsley Suamataia. I hope I said his name right. Yeah, that is a hold. They got him right there. That's legit. A little hand right there on Kelsey. It's nothing too crazy. It's not like it really affected the play that much. Mahomes, they tried to do it again. The Ravens were ready that time. They said enough. Too much. Too much of Rashee Rice over the middle. Good play right there. That was Trenton Simpson breaking it up. Look at that. All right, that's encouraging if you're the Ravens, right? New starting linebacker making a nice play in coverage. Look at him getting his hand in there. They had seen that look too many times. They're like, we can't just keep giving that up over the middle of the field. 2nd and 20. Hey, chance for the Ravens here. Again, if they hold them to 3, it's still a 1-score game. Nothing there. It's 3rd and long. Oh, there's a penalty. There's been the ton of flags right there. Stupidity saying, oh, geez, Kyle Van Noy. Roughing the passer. Wow. Nnamdi Madubuike. Oh, that's a brutal one. You're right, Pear Champ. The Ravens defense has been playing fairly well. Like, they've been making good plays. Yeah, he got him in the head. You know, a lot of people might not like it, and they might say, like, you know, the Chiefs are getting the calls, but that's the rule. Hit him in the head. Man, Van Noy is still down. It's not good. You're right, mile marker. I mean, it just sucks seeing players go down like that, right? And first game, you're all jacked up for the new season. Man, you can only hope he's okay. His helmet came off. I mean, I don't know if it came off during the play or if he took it off afterwards, but didn't even see what happened. Obviously, none of us really know his status right now, but that's too bad. That is just a killer penalty for the Ravens, right? Like, you ding Mahomes in the head, and all of a sudden, instead of 3rd and 20, they get a first down. Like, that's just brutal, you know? Oh, it's a game changer. If you're the Chiefs, you have been moving the ball pretty well here, and you know, it was a Chiefs penalty that kind of put them behind the chains to begin with, and that kind of changed the way that they were going about their business. That's crazy. Worthy is still their leading rusher, 1 carry for 21 yards. But you know, if you're Kansas City, you kind of struggled in the red zone a little bit so far. I mean, technically that Worthy touchdown was 1 yard outside of the red zone, right? Like, when the field's gotten a little bit shorter, like, it's been a little bit harder for them to, like, find some space, and the Ravens DBs have really clamped up. Like, this Ravens defense has come to play in the red zone. That's been maybe the biggest story of the game so far. And if you look at like drive by drive, right? Like, you know, the Chiefs had a touchdown, then a punt, right? But then they settle for 3 after the fumble. They settle for 3 after the turnover on downs, and then they throw a pick, and then it's the end of the half. And now they're back like in the red zone, but they got to capitalize. They've been moving the ball really well so far, but they have not quite been able to finish off their drives. And it's week 1, right? But like, you know, maybe you'd think normally like this is where Travis Kelce comes into play. Like, can Kelce just find a soft spot in the end zone and get free? Or like, can you punch it in with Pacheco here, right? Those are probably some good options to think about, but haven't been able to do it so far. Stupidity with a good question. Do you think the Guardian helmets will have players wearing them by the end of the season? I know at least a few players are planning to wear them already. I think we'll see them increase in popularity a little bit. I really do. As we get more used to the way that they look, as that's going to be a first down and goal. There's Noah Gray. First down, little tight end screen. But yeah, I think they're going to start to catch on. And again, I'm here for it, right? You got to keep these guys safe. Football is such a brutal sport, you know, like, oh, yeah, I think they can. Right? I mean, Jonathan Taylor wore one in a preseason game. I think there's a few other guys that wore them in a preseason game, too. You totally could if you wanted to, I think. Like, I feel like the NFL, it would be pretty messed up if they had a rule against that, right? And it at least helps, like, I mean, not that it really matters, but, like, they've got, like, the actual, like, helmet color and logo now, so, yeah. Pacheco, oh, I don't know that he got in. Second effort might have got him in. Wow. He did get in. Angry legs with the touchdown. That's a big 7 for the Chiefs. Well, provided they get the extra point, but that's a big touchdown for the Chiefs right there to come out of halftime and put yourself up 2 scores. Yeah, that's big. His forward progress was stopped. I'm surprised they didn't blow that dead. Look at Mahomes getting in there to throw a block. I am pretty surprised that they didn't blow that play dead, to be honest. If I was the Ravens, I'd be a little upset right now. They drove him backwards a little bit, but they just kept pushing and pushing. That's just a pure effort play right there. Butker got it. All right, 10-point game. Chiefs up 2 scores now for, I believe, the first time today, right? That was a big drive from Kansas City. Parachamp saying, it's funny how Gray and Likely have been getting more catches than Kelsey and Andrews, right? It's been the tight end 2 show so far. Andrews has been even more, not confusing. It's just a little interesting. Like, okay, with Kelsey, I get it. Like, it's a little bit of load management. Like, he's just not quite the player he once was. But Andrews, I'm interested, hasn't seen the ball more. And I know it's just been a lot of swings and screens, but I wonder this drive here to open up the second half of the Ravens, if they're going to be intentional about getting him the ball, or if they're going to try and find a way to give Lamar enough time to test this Chiefs defense downfield. We haven't, we talked about this a lot pregame, right? No L'Jarius Sneed for the Chiefs hasn't really mattered so far. They haven't really had to test the Chiefs corners so far, right? So we haven't seen like Jalen Watson or Josh Williams be like put on the spot. So we'll see. But Stupidity says another Colts player compared them to seatbelts. Hey, I mean, right? Like, you just got to do what you can to protect your brain. And if it helps, I say go for it. Pepsi did spend big money on their ad. My goodness, all the celebrities, all the football players, they're trying to put themselves on the map. I mean, they are, but like, Coca-Cola is the premier soda here in the United States of America. You know what's crazy? I don't know that I've ever had a Pepsi in my life, like ever. Like, I seriously don't think that I've ever had a Pepsi. Oh, shoot, my console's about to turn off. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I have my Xbox hooked up to my TV right now because OBS, like YouTube TV just won't work if you have OBS up on your computer, even if it's on a different screen, which I get because like YouTube TV doesn't want people to just like illegally stream something on OBS. Like, here's the actual Chiefs Lions game, but what can you do? So I've got YouTube TV on the Xbox. I've got that hooked up to my TV in the middle. Pepsi commercial, the Megan Thee Stallion commercial was heat. Nah, that's the Justin Jefferson commercial, but that was a good commercial. It was fire. These teams have arguably the top 2 quarterbacks and tight ends, yet none have performed well yet. Yeah, I mean, we haven't really seen any big plays out of them. I mean, you could say like, okay, Mahomes had that one nice throw to Kelsey, but it has been kind of a slower, cagier game so far. Applebee's spent a good amount of money on their ads too. Had also never had a Pepsi or Coca-Cola. Hey, welcome to the club. Honestly, not a bad thing. I mean, I've had a few Coca-Colas, but not drinking soda, that's not a bad thing whatsoever. We drink water here on Dr. Pigskin. Yeah, that Applebee's commercial was pretty funny though. Dan Campbell, unironically good actor. He's funny, man. He's funny. he was good in that commercial. Packers in Brazil. I listened to a play-by-play. You're not paying to watch it on Peacock. I understand. It is a shame how many streaming services you need now to watch football in 2024. It is a shame. Dan Campbell's in on the Applebee's ad playing a waiter. Has been slow and steady so far. Yo, let's go. All right, let's see what you got here, Ravens. You got to answer, man. You kind of got to answer with some points here. It feels like the Chiefs' offense has been rolling a little bit. And what do you know? They try just a little swing off to Zay Flowers. Goodness. They're going to talk about the A-dot. I beat Chris Collinsworth to the A-dot analysis. Let's go. Listening to Grossi for the Packers. That's awesome. Yeah, I can't fault that. He's awesome. Tom Grossi. The Grossi posse. And what do you know? It's a screen to Zay Flowers. It's tackled behind the line. Is that FAU? It is. That's how a lot of people found me, the Grossi raid. Hey, I owe a lot of my viewers to Tom Grossi. I really do. That was crazy. The Grossi raid. More negative A dot. I mean, like, at some point you got to try something else. And I know that you're scared to like get your offensive line out there, but man, like, is this really how you're going to call games the entire year? Like, I don't know. The Chiefs defensive line might be a special exception, but man, like, goodness, you know? Okay, there you go. There's a first down. They threw it beyond the line of scrimmage. And Lamar had time there. When Lamar has time, he's able to kind of make some plays a little bit. And that still wasn't a very far throw down the field, but that's a nice little, just get him out in the flat right. Oh, just wide open. That was a fun raid. You found me from the Super Bowl Blueprint video, Pear Champ. Really? Wow, that was over a year ago, believe it or not. It was Labor Day weekend that video really blew up. That's awesome. Ah, good times making that video. Fresh set of downs here for the Ravens. They're going to fake the toss to Henry. Haven't seen Henry. There's Mark Andrews. Andrews has a first down. And look at that. It's the forward pass. Let's go. It's the forward pass. That's awesome. Lamar backed up a lot. Yeah, he has been falling back in the pocket some. It worked right there, but yeah, sometimes you might wish that he could just like stand in there a little bit. I get why he's a little scared though. There's Karlaftis coming off the edge. Come on, Georgie. Just get half a sack. Real OGs remember the Necessary Roughness podcast. Oh, if you know, you know. Yeah, Michael's a real one for that. That's awesome. Henry, lots of yards. One of these days I'll open the vault and I'll release the Necessary Roughness archives. That's where it all started. Before this was Dr. Pigskin, this was Necessary Roughness. If you know, you know. Hey, good times with that. That was pretty fun. Chiefs are not letting the Ravens run the ball at all. I mean, Henry has just been stonewalled. Lamar has been their running game so far. 2nd and 12 now. They got to pass it again. They're going to leave Henry in for protection. Lamar's got a shot downfield, and it's dropped. Oh, it could have been picked off. The roasts were heat. The roast of the week. That's right. I roasted the losing teams. Oh, those were fun to make. Maybe that should be a segment in the pigskin post game or something like that. Man, that should have been intercepted. No more negative 8 on that play alone. Probably brought it up into the 2s. All right, 3rd and 12. What do you do here, Ravens? Lamar going deep again. That one's knocked away. And there's Jalen Watson. They tested him. They tested the new guy. And Jalen Watson answered the call. That was good sticky coverage, and he just knocks it away. Here he is, going up against Zay Flowers. They've got him in man coverage. Zay Flowers looks like he has a step on him, but Watson sticks with him. That is a heck of a play. Maybe a little bit of an arm bar right there, but the referees are letting him play. Look at that. They tested the new guy with their new wide receiver. Man, if you're Spags, you're feeling good right now. If you're a Chiefs fan, you're feeling good watching that right now. The Snead replacement just made a big-time play. Wow. All right, Jalen Watson. I have noticed you. I'll keep my eye on him this season. That was a good play. Maybe I should have started the Chiefs defense. Hey, I mean, there's no way of knowing that they were going to go this crazy against the Ravens, right? But they have just been locked down so far. Man, I don't want to say that the Chiefs could put it away with a touchdown here, right? But if they score a touchdown, it's a 3-score game, and then the clock starts to become a factor. It's time for the Ravens defense to make their money right here. It's time for them to make a play. Like, I feel like we haven't really talked about Kyle Hamilton at all today. He hasn't really been a big factor. You know, Roquan obviously had the interception. He's been all right so far, but this is where the Ravens defense really has to step up right here. If this Ravens O-line is struggling and not the Chiefs D-line, I think the Ravens are going to... Sorry, I got the reaction heart. It's hard to see sometimes. Just like pops up. I wish I could hide it. Oh, well. Are going to win games this year. Sorry, there's just like the reaction tab. It gets like right in the way of the chat sometimes. There we go. You know what, Dr. Pigskin? I do not know your real name. That's something you've shared and I've missed. Oh, I mean, I have no issue sharing my name. And like people have called me by my real name so far. My real name is Eric. Yeah, I'm Eric. So sometimes people might be like, oh, what's up, Eric? Like I know like some people that know me in real life will call me Eric. I have no issue if you call me Eric either, right? Like you can call me Eric. You can call me the doc. You can call me whatever you'd like, you know. But that is my real name. I might have like said it once or twice before, but I'm Eric. I got that name because my mother's maiden name was Erickson. And so that's how I got my name, Eric. Parachamp says he thinks the Bengals win the AFC North, especially if they keep playing like this. I'm with you. I know it might have happened otherwise on my prediction stream, but I tweeted out today my finalized locked-in season predictions. And you know what? I'm with you. I think the Bengals win the AFC North this year. I really do. They got to stay healthy, right? That has been a factor. But I think they do. We'll see. It's one game. But, you know, the Ravens, this hasn't been their best showing so far. Halfway through the third quarter here about. Only 2 for 24 for Kelsey. Look at that little Dr. Lore right there. There's Pacheco. Not a bad run on first down. Oh my gosh, that's right. He did do that, didn't he? Oh, Travis, he's funny. He's a funny guy. There she is. She's got the jean, the denim fit. Pacheco again. I able to get like one, maybe greatest split screen ever. Power couple, right? All right. The Ravens have put themselves in a decent spot here. Third down at about 5. I wonder if they're going to blitz here. They've been blitzing a decent amount on third down. Third and 3, shorter than I thought. Juju's out there. They're going to pass. Yeah. And they got it. There he is. There's Kelsey. First down. I feel like Kelsey has so many of those catches where he just goes low to get it, but he's able to keep his stride and turn upfield for a little bit more. That's a classic Mahomes to Kelsey play right there. Only his third catch of the game, but they've been some big ones. There's no way. Is it really? Is it really going to be? Wow, yeah. They do call another timeout. You could see John Harbaugh on the sideline call a timeout. Ravens are not winning this game. That's their second timeout. I mean, man, you're going up against it, right? The clock is already a factor. Like, if you're Harbaugh, you really must not have liked what you've seen out there. Like, it's just, man, like, they have one timeout left. There's 6:29 left in the third quarter. I don't know, man. I mean, you must have really not liked what he saw out there. But, I'm actually shocked that all-time ranking for a quarterback tight end combo that Mahomes and Kelsey is third. I mean, it's got to be, who's first? I don't know if Gronk played long enough where it'd be Gronk first. Maybe he's second. That's crazy, though. I would have thought they would be first. There it is again. Wow. I mean, that's like the 5th time that they've done that. They just spam that play over and over again. It's crazy because the Ravens were so good over the middle of the field last year, right? That's really what their bread and butter was. That's why they did so well against the Shanahan tree. They were so good over the middle with Roquan and Kyle Hamilton and then Matabike as the defensive tackle. But they've just been picked apart for the most part. They made a few nice plays, but just so many of those catches. Kyle Hamilton's helmet came off. My goodness. Very out of character for the Ravens. Their miscues are usually minimal, especially early in the season. Yeah, I mean, this is like a well-coached team, right? Like John Harbaugh has been a really good coach for a long time. And, you know, regular season Ravens are kind of goated. But this has not been an inspiring performance from them thus far. Like I don't know. And I keep saying like their defense is doing all right. Oh, it probably is Rivers and Gates. Yeah, that makes sense. And John Elway and Shannon. I feel like they overlapped a decent amount. There's a little screen to Perine. Samaje Perine, first down for the Chiefs. It's a weird thing to say. Yeah, the Chiefs have dominated the third quarter so far. And they're taking their time with this drive. Like, they really might be able to stick the dagger in with a touchdown. They have clearly been the better team. Samaje Perine. He was on the Broncos last year. He was. I low-key forgot about that. Yo, there's Carson Steele, the preseason hero. Look at that. Yeah, they're just putting everyone in now. They're just running the ball. Kyle Van Noy update. Man. Do they miss Patrick Queen this much? I think they miss Mike McDonald this much, to be honest. Like, that was seriously just such a big loss. And to lose two other defensive assistants, too. It wasn't even just Mike McDonald. You lose Anthony Weaver and Denard Wilson, two of his assistant coaches. Like, that's just a lot to overcome. Uh-oh. Mahomes falling back? Able to just throw it away. Man, they do need, they need a turnover. It doesn't look, well, I say that. They got him into 3rd and 5 now, so who knows? Like, all they really need is a stop right here. Because the Chiefs probably aren't quite in field goal range yet. I don't know if they would have the stones to go for it on 4th down, depending on the down and distance. But they have struggled to, like, consistently stop this Chiefs offense. They got a few lucky breaks. I don't want to say lucky breaks. It sounds like I'm like discrediting them, but the Chiefs offense seems to have the upper hand over the Ravens defense right now. Oh, they had it. There you go. There you go. The Ravens desperately needed that. Oh man, they even had it. That was a designed swing pass. They're trying to give the Ravens a little bit of their own medicine. It was there. It was not the best throw by Mahomes. He had to kind of put it there with the guy coming in, but like, Parachamp asked if the Ravens will be the next Eagles with losing their coordinators. I don't think it'll be that drastic, but again, like the Eagles lost their defensive coordinator. They lose a few guys, not even like any crazy names, but they lose a coordinator, a few guys. That's all it takes to go from like really good to not quite as good. That's why it's so hard to just be consistently great. Oh, what a play. Unbelievable play on special teams. Oh, his foot was on the line. It was a good effort. That's Joshua Williams. Okay, so he did almost do something. Dang, that was almost a sick play on special teams. They were 10-1. You know, maybe it's easy to say with hindsight, but you just could kind of feel it. Like, there was a point where like they were 10-1, but like their last 4 or 5 games, like they had been outgained by at least 95 yards in all of them. Like that Bills game, they should have lost to the Bills. That Chiefs game, they should have lost. Like they had a few really close calls against the Commanders. They were a little 2020 Steelers-esque. That's a great call, Michael. The 2020 Steelers. You know, I was rooting for the 2020 Steelers too. Hey, you could say a little 2022 Vikings-esque too. I won't hide from that. They were a bit fraudulent, right? They had some one-score game luck maybe, but that was a fun year though, wasn't it? We had some fun games. That was technically the first year of Dr. Pigskin. I didn't really start uploading videos until after the season, but the Dr. Pigskin Twitter account is what started it all. It's what started it all. But that was a mammoth stop for the Ravens. That kept them alive in this game, honestly, right? To keep it at 2 scores, to keep it at 10 points even. You get the ball starting at the 20. But you got to figure out something on offense. Like, you can't just swing past this Chiefs team to death. Swing passes are not going to win this game if you're Baltimore. God, you stopped making roasts when they started losing. That Bills-Vikings game was crazy. I watched that game with a Bills fan. James, who you saw in here earlier, big Bills fan. We watched that game together. Oh, that was an all-timer UGA friend group moment. That game right there. There's so much lore behind that matchup and everything that led up to it. If you know, you know. That was a fun time. Post-game nukes. Michael probably knows what Nukes is. I don't know if anyone else knows what Nukes is. It's a restaurant. I think it's in more than just Georgia, but it's kind of a southern restaurant. They've got like sandwiches and pizzas and salads and soups, but we went to Nukes after that game. I gave a nice, heartfelt speech about how good of a day it was. Some of the friends of the channel here that you might have seen like Oscar or Tyler in here before, or James or Gabe. Yeah, or Henry. That's the group right there. That was the college group. Michael, right? Michael with his wingster at the Super Bowl party. That was awesome. You know, I tried a wingster after that. You inspired me to try wingster. That's crazy. They tried a swing pass. You don't think you went to Nukes? Dang. Well, if you ever get the chance, I don't know if they have Nukes where you're at, but you should go. It's fun. But your wingster at the Super Bowl party inspired me to try wingster. Honestly, good recommendation. I always thought it was like money laundering, but yeah, they gotta have something else, right? Like, yeah, he did. Yeah, we went to Wingster a few times. Oh, it's a pass downfield, and there's Rashad Bateman. Let's go. Ski you ma. Rashad Bateman with his first catch on the season. There's Chris Jones on the sideline. Hey, the Ravens offensive line, dare I say, they seem to be holding up a little bit better in pass protection now. Like, Lamar seems to have a little bit more time back there now. Helps when Chris Jones is on the sideline, obviously, but he's not out there again. Chiefs kind of have their second unit now out right now on the defensive line. Like, Karlaftis wasn't out there either. All right, Ravens. Man, if they can get a score here, especially right before the end of the third quarter, time's not that big of an issue yet, but it'd be nice if you're the Ravens. Second and 4. They might go to Henry here. I know it hasn't worked, but you still got to keep him honest. You got to feed Henry. I think they go Henry here. Yep. It's still just not working, though. There just hasn't been anything going for him. I'm not gonna lie. I thought that the Chiefs would obviously be a little bit better against the run, but I didn't think that they were just gonna completely clamp up Derrick Henry like this. Here comes Chris Jones. Oh, he's got a big smile on his face. That's scary news for the Ravens. 3rd and 3. Chris Collinsworth saying it might be 4-down territory. You might be right, Chris. Chiefs showing blitz. I don't think they'll blitz. Yeah. Lamar, deep drop. He's looking. He's going to pick it up with his legs. He's got more. Man, that's a big-time run right there by Lamar. Yeah, it has just been the one short touchdown. Man, when they needed his legs most, he delivers. Lamar is keeping him alive with his legs. You know, decent job in pass protection. Again, Lamar taking a super deep drop, but he had time to survey the field, and eventually he's like, I just need to get the first down. But the Ravens' offensive line has looked a lot better here in the second half. They're in Chiefs territory now. Soon as I say that, pocket is collapsing, but Lamar escapes again. They want a flag. They're going to get it. This one's coming back. They're going to get a hold. Yeah. Linderbaum with the hold. Kind of uncharacteristic for him. Oh, yeah. Hold on Chris Jones right there. Yeah. No, it wasn't on Chris Jones. It was right there. Yeah, you could see that from the broadcast angle at first. At first, I thought, maybe it was on Chris Jones instead, but Lamar has been running a lot on this drive, and I mean, at this point, right, you just got to take matters into your own hands. Like, you're not moving the ball anything else, really, like any other way. Like, this is kind of their offense right now is Lamar scrambling. Bro, there's no way. They just got that off. And it's going to be a designed run for Lamar now. But, like, that's all they have. That's their only answer right now. Like, even the swing passes and the short stuff aren't working because the Chiefs are just ready for it. I mean, it's got to be, like, you know, the Ravens wide receivers are struggling to separate a little bit maybe. They did take that deep shot on the last drive, and it got broken up. Like, this Chiefs defense has just been balling out. Fourth quarter. We got one quarter left in the first game of the season. Stupidity saying, does Lamar have any passing yards? He has 146, which might sound crazy, right? Like, you might think that, like, he has less than that. But, again, it's just been so many of those yards after the catch, those little dump-offs that they've been able to chew up yards on. But, I mean, it's just been, it's been rough. They have not had anything consistently work besides Lamar scrambling. The Ravens offense just seems super basic. It does. Like what happened? Like, I feel like Todd Monken did a decent job last year calling plays for the Ravens, but this has just been a painful, vanilla, like basic, like just very little to it. A-dot check. Let's get an A-dot check. Good reminder, Michael. How about an A-dot check? They don't want to risk giving the Chiefs line any time at all. It's insane. And I mean, I understand that, right? You might be scared of big bad Chris Jones and he forced a fumble in the first quarter, but all right, like, we're down 2 scores here. It's the fourth quarter now. Like, again, you're not going to beat the Chiefs with swing passes. Like, I just really don't think that it's going to happen. So what's another answer? The website is loading right now. But you know, that's why, you know, maybe I should have stressed this even more. I feel like when I talked about how the Ravens might take a little bit of a step back, I really stressed the whole Mike Macdonald angle. And we have seen that defensively. But, you know, that losing 3 offensive linemen, even if it wasn't any big names, like just having turnover, that much turnover over half your offensive line is new, especially early on in the year. Like, that's a big factor. And it's completely changed how they're calling this game. Okay, it's just not like bringing up the 2024 options. We got Samuel Neeson in here. Welcome to the stream. Saying, if I recall correctly, Spags snaps the snot out of run blitzes. Oh, yeah, he's a big blitzer, right? And he loves blitzing on passing downs too. So, again, give a lot of credit to Spags. He's called a great game so far. But, man, like the Ravens just seem just inferior. I'm sorry if there's any Ravens fans in here, but I don't know. Did someone say Mike Macdonald? Hey, let's see how he does with this Seahawks defense on Sunday. It'll be very interesting. I think there's some intriguing talent there. But, I mean, hey, if you're a Seahawks fan, you got to be feeling pretty good right now. Like, wow, the Ravens defense looks worse without him. We got that guy now. You got to feel pretty good. think Lamar said something earlier about being able to beat the Chiefs in the playoffs if he used his legs more. They might have won that game if he ran more, and he took it to heart. Oh, Karlaftis bearing down on him. Lamar is going to escape. Oh, he finds Likely. There's Lamar's creation. Likely down the sideline. He scores. He scores. What an unbelievable play by Lamar Jackson to Isaiah Likely. Oh my goodness, what a play. We have a game just like that. And that is just Lamar being Lamar. Oh my gosh, he just keeps buying time, puts it right where Likely can get it. Likely with a nice little juke on Nick Bolton. Down the sideline, he keeps going. He's having a big game right now. Shout out Henry for saying Isaiah Likely is going to be a big factor. He's got 5 for 87 and a touchdown now. Maybe the Ravens are still alive. That is a big play. Now, if you're Baltimore, you got to start getting some stops on defense. They have not been able to get those consistently. But Lamar just making magic happen. That's Lamar right there. And Likely, I mean, you got to give a lot of credit to Likely, too. That's an unbelievable effort after the catch. Lamar bought the time, and Likely, phenomenal on the run. Yeah, that was an awesome play right there. There we go. That's our first big-time, wow moment play of the season. Remember that one he had against the Jaguars last year? And it was also to Isaiah Likely, that insane throw that he had. Man, first touchdown thrown by a quarterback, it absolutely is. That's the first passing touchdown of the season. You're absolutely right. Great point game solved. Jack predicted the score to be 24-20 Ravens before the game started. It's starting to look very possible. Oh, you've got a chance. You very much got a chance. If there's only one more Ravens touchdown in this game, you've got a pulse. That was an insane sideline juke. The greatest Coastal Carolina Chanticleer since Josh Norman. Shout out Coastal Carolina. Former FCS school. NDSU used to beat up on them in the playoffs. But look at that. Now they've moved up in the world and in the Sun Belt. Man. All right, Chiefs. What do you got here? Can you answer? I don't know. I still feel like the Chiefs might be able to get points on this next drive. They've just looked pretty good on offense. But I don't know. Again, it's a neutral football enjoyer. I'm glad that play happened. We've got a bit more excitement in this game. He's selling me in fantasy too. You know, I was saying at the beginning of this stream that I had literally never owned Mahomes in fantasy before, and then I drafted him in one of my leagues this year. And he's got probably a whopping 3 points right now or something like that. Can't believe it. First passing touchdown of the game. You're right on, stupidity. All right, let's get a fun little ADOT check. It's probably going up now after that play, right? If it'll load. Who knows? We might have to check after the game. But Wolf saying the defense has been good for both teams. It really has, you know. It's been a little bit lower scoring. We've seen some good plays. A few turnovers forced by both defenses. Even after that play, Lamar's ADOT is still 4.3 yards, which is in the third percentile. Third percentile since 2010. Wow. Did you miss a pick six? No, you just missed a crazy Lamar Jackson to Isaiah Likely touchdown. If you get the chance, you should go look it up or watch it. It was an unbelievable play. Lamar buys, you know what? I won't spoil it, but Lamar and Likely both did something really cool. It was an awesome play. But the Ravens have some life. All right, let's see if we get a return on this kickoff. No, there's no way he's returning that. Went out of the end zone. Man, if you're Roger, or if you're Sam Schwartzstein, I feel bad for Sam Schwartzstein right now. He's the guy that invented this kickoff thing, right? He helped invent it with the XFL, and then the NFL took it. And he's the guy, if you watch the Thursday Night Football Prime Vision broadcast, he'll pop in sometimes. Oh, I feel bad for him right now. He worked so hard to create this kickoff, and they're just not running it out. It will likely be playing the game. Here we go. Here's the first sprint out of the season with Mahomes. The Chiefs do this so much. Usually they wait till third or fourth down, short yardage situation, just sprint Mahomes out to the right. He can either find a guy on the outside of the numbers on his side, or he can take off and run. And you put all these defenders in conflict, right? Do you play Mahomes' run or do you play the pass? You don't really know what to do. They get caught in no man's land. They did that against the 49ers on 4th and 2 in overtime. Just sprint out, pick up the easy yards. But they do it there to get 8 on first down. We've seen a little bit of Kelce. He has like 3 catches for 30 yards. It's not been like a monster game from Kelce by any means. For fantasy, Kelce's been a little underwhelming, but the 3 catches he's had have been very important. Derrick Henry has been quiet. He had that first touchdown and nothing else. Games despises Likely because he lost his fantasy playoff game by 0.1 points due to him. Oh, that's brutal. Sorry about that. Oh, brutal. Look at that. Chiefs already past the 40-yard line. Brock Bowers about to get like 300 points. Hey, we'll see. It's usually tough for these tight ends. Mahomes. Oh, was that caught by Noah Gray? It was. Nice play by Mahomes to Noah Gray right there. He just runs around. He can navigate the pocket. He floats around like a little spaceship and then just fires a laser. That was a nice play. Keep thinking 83 is Travis Kelce, right? Big tight end right there. You think it's got to be Kelce. Nope. Noah Gray. Makes you mad. Hey, maybe Kelce will find the end zone on this drive. Pacheco. Nothing at first, but a nice little stutter step. That was nice. Just a few extra hidden yards right there. That's a good carry by Isaiah Pacheco. The play wasn't there from the start. Questionable blocking, but that was nice. Pacheco's a good back. He was a 7th round pick. He's a good player. He can play. Nice side benefit of Kelce not having as big of an impact is that we get less Taylor Swift. We've still seen her, don't worry. There's Pacheco again. Set up a 3rd and short. I wonder. Well, we'll see. Like I always like to say, you don't even want to entertain what you do if it gets to 4th down. I still think Pacheco's underrated, but he's kind of proven me wrong. Overrated, yeah. I mean, he's not like Adrian Peterson or anything, you know. He's like a fringe top 10 back. Like, I don't know. I'd have to like sit down and put him in order. But like based off vibes, I'd say like, okay, he could slide in at like 12 or 13. I think he's pretty good. You know, he's like a good starter. He's not like a superstar, but Mahomes is going to get the first. Man, sometimes it looks silly when he runs. The Chiefs want a flag. A little chippy now. Mahomes slips as he goes out of bounds a little bit. I mean, you don't need to throw a flag for that. I don't know. Chiefs fans don't like it. Roquan did get him a little bit when he was going out of bounds. I mean, yeah, you probably shouldn't do that if you're Roquan. Madden makes him 99 second year, but everyone dislikes Madden. Hey, I haven't bought Madden. I'm playing NCAA still. What a great game. Pacheco again. Not much that right there. Odafe away. Look at that. Chiefs fans aren't used to having every flag go their way. Definitely a hit. Yeah, I mean, I am a little shocked they didn't call that. Like, he was, like, well out of bounds when Roquan touched him. Chiefs are starting to run the ball a little bit more. I wonder, like, you want to milk the clock, but again, if you kick a field goal, it's still a one-possession game. Mahomes. Oh, there's Worthy. Touchdown. Oh, Worthy. Oh, my goodness. What if Worthy is good, bro? What if Worthy is good? Oh, oh no. What if Xavier Worthy is good? Oh, he just dusted Humphrey. Humphrey probably thought he had safety help over the top, right? Like, that didn't look like it was man coverage. He probably thought some safety was going to help him on the back end. Just too easy. Wow. That might be the game right there. I mean, there's still some time left, but man, Worthy's had a few touches, but they've been big ones. There's the big play right there. Little busted coverage, and Worthy just gets free. Like, there's just no one there. That would be an interesting one to go back to the All-22 and see, like, who is supposed to be where potentially. But, man, the Chiefs are starting to fire up a little bit. Look out, NFL. Uh-oh. Man. Someone in my fantasy league drafted Rashee Rice first round because they didn't know how to navigate and wanted to pick Tyreek Hill. Oh, that's so tough. That's so tough. Worthy has had a heck of a debut. Worthy did it to him. It might be over. This next drive might determine the fate of the Ravens in this game. Man, look at that. Mahomes' stat line ain't looking that good for all that long, and all of a sudden he's at 279 yards and a touchdown. Man, that's crazy. Man. Wolf saying he should have picked Worthy. Hey, I think we're all thinking that right now. I was kind of down on him. I'm already not looking too smart for that take. I was like, guys, he's not physical. Like, he's small and light. It might not matter. It might not matter. Goodness gracious. Oh, man. Yeah, just wait till they get Hollywood Brown back too. I might have picked the wrong Chiefs receiver. I bought a lot of Hollywood Brown in fantasy. Glad he took Worthy. The next Tyreek, oh, that's a heck of a bar to clear. And Tyreek was so much bigger than Worthy, right? Tyreek you actually could put up on the line of scrimmage, but whoo. Everybody and their mothers are going to be using his Team of the Week card in Madden next week. Oh, he's 110% getting one, isn't he? He's going to have 99 speed. Man. Waited on Keon Coleman instead. Hey, he could be something though, right? We haven't seen him play yet. I kind of liked Keon Coleman coming out of the draft a little bit. I feel like people were a little too low on him because he didn't run a good 40, but I think he has really good game speed. He's a big physical receiver. Some people worry about his separation, but I don't know. If you guys are big Theo Ash content consumers, he had a really good TikTok about about Keon Coleman, like, around this time last year, and like a lot of his poor separation numbers or whatever, like average yards of separation, a lot of that was just because like Florida State was not really using him in a way that was beneficial to him and having him run a lot of weird routes that naturally they just weren't good fits for him. But he explained it better than I could, but that kind of sold me. And it's like, he just looks good. Like, he just doesn't look slow. Like, he plays faster than his 40 time. So, but yeah, poor Bills right now. They're like, oh, we gave the Chiefs Worthy, kind of. Wolf wants a 3 and out, a huge Patrick Mahomes to Travis Kelce bomb. We'll see. Maybe it'll run up the score a little bit, but yeah, if you're the Ravens, again, they still have not quite had sustained success on offense outside of the first drive. That big play was nice, but can they get something outside of that? Now they're going to try the same thing that the Chiefs did to Worthy. They're going to do it with Zay Flowers. That works. All right. 8 yards on first down. That works. Thinking about taking out Laporta of your flex for Keon or A-Chain. Oh, I would stick with Laporta. I don't know. I think Laporta might be the best option of the three. All right. 2nd and 2. You are very much on schedule, though, here if you're the Ravens. What's going on with FSU this year? They could use Coleman. Yeah. Man, they've been a disaster. There's Likely. First down. Look at the physical. Like, he just does not go down. Yeah, Florida State's been rough. I feel bad for them, man, right? They got hosed last year, and maybe, like, okay, like, they weren't one of the 4 best teams, but like it just stinks that you win all your games and then you still don't get in. And then you get off to the start this year and everyone's like, see, like they really aren't that good. Like I feel so bad for FSU fans right now. Lamar the keep. Hey, running game is kind of working a little bit. You have Metcalf and the other flex. I would roll with what you got. I would roll with Laporta and Metcalf, to be honest. I think you've got it set. My personal opinion. I'm a little low on A-Chain. I'm a little low on the Dolphins in general, but that's a different story. There's Henry up the gut. And I feel like the Dolphins backfield, even for fantasy purposes, like it's going to be a big mixture. There's going to be a lot of Jalen Wright. There's going to be a lot of Raheem Mostert. It's not like A-Chain is just going to get like 20 carries now, you know? I think it's pretty funny how much Lamar has been running, but at the same time, he's been insanely efficient. I mean, you got to keep doing it, right? He's over 100 yards now. He's got 12 carries for 100 yards. There's another designed run. Oh, that was a nice spin move. Chiefs are playing close to the line of scrimmage, right? I mean, they're daring the Ravens to like try something downfield. That was a nice spin move there by Lamar. Nice little block by Likely. He's having himself a freaking game. Isaiah Likely is having a game. Yeah, 12 for 104 for Lamar. Running Lamar is back. Now they're going to drop back. He's going to try a shot downfield over the head of Bateman. Good coverage. Watson, good in coverage again. How does this affect LeBron's legacy? You know, LeBron is the GOAT. I've officially decided. It took me a while to go to Team LeBron, but I think I am at this point. Was he open? There were 2 defenders on either side of him. I don't know about that, Chris. I'm not smarter than Chris Collinsworth, obviously. Was Andrews open? There was like a defender on either side of him. Maybe Lamar zings it in there, but he's got another clean pocket. Is that Nelson Aguilar? It is. Do you think the Ravens would use the T formation with Keaton and Henry? That would be so sick. That would be so sick. Oh, man. I can't wait till Keaton Mitchell comes back. Caden's in here saying, welcome to the right side. I'm not going to lie. I don't know what that means, but thank you. Oh, no. Andrews fell down. Oh, that was a first down right there. Mark Andrews fell down. Oh, welcome to the right side, LeBron. I'm so silly. Yeah, no, you're right. That took me a second. LeBron, yeah. Andrew's age is showing. I mean, how old is he? It's not like he's like crazy old. Let's look it up. He's 29, but he has had a lot of injuries. Like, what is... Man, Isaiah Likely might really be their best tight end. Here we go, 4th and 1. And Henry got it. He got it. Oh, it looked like for a sec that the Chiefs had him bottled up, but he got it. What is that? The Ravens passing? Thought that was illegal. Yeah, they just recently passed the forward pass. They made it legal for the Ravens. That kept the game alive right there for Baltimore, that Derrick Henry run. Man. You gotta get a touchdown here, right? Wasn't he drafted the same year as Lamar? He was, wasn't he? I think so, yeah. Happy he didn't select Andrews and it was between him and Laporta. Yeah, good call with Laporta. Laporta's so good. I'm excited to watch him Sunday night. Lamar taking off again. Man, that George Karlaftis sack might not happen. Lamar's just going to keep running. I thought it was a lock. I was like, oh, it's so easy. Hey, that's why Vegas has golden towers. Man, I will say that clock is starting to tick, though. And you only have one timeout. Come on. Who do you think is a better flex for fantasy, Ayuk or DJ Moore? DJ Moore's projected 0.1 more. I'd go DJ Moore. I don't know. The Jets is a little bit of a tougher matchup. I love Brandon Ayuk a lot, but the 49ers can be tough to sort out in fantasy sometimes. Near sack on Lamar there. I would stick with DJ Moore. I think DJ Moore is so good. I think he and Caleb are going to have a great connection right off the bat. But that's going to be interesting because those are both receivers that I think are insanely good in slightly crowded receiver rooms. I think Ayuk is a little bit more consistent, but if you want the higher upside, go with DJ Moore. I think DJ Moore has a bigger chance to like go for 200 yards, but Ayuk, you know you're going to get like a solid 15, like 12 to 15 fantasy points. All right, third down. I wonder if the Ravens would kick it here if it's fourth down. Lamar is not going to get it. That might as well be a sack. I mean, it was only like a 2-yard run there. There's a flag. There's no way. No! Illegal formation. That one's on Rashad Bateman. Spine Lamar pays off. It did there. There's no way. The illegal formation. Man. Illegal formation drinking game. Bro, none of us would be conscious right now. They're going to go for the field goal and rely on the defense. I mean, you have to, right? Because if you fail to convert here, the game is over. You need to make it a 1-score game. I tell you what, though, man, you know what stinks if you're the Ravens? You have one timeout. Man, yeah, I don't blame him for kicking there. That was probably the right call. But man, oh man, oh man, those timeouts might come back to bite them. Oh, and those flags have been killer. It has been like just an uncharacteristically sloppy game for Baltimore. Chiefs need 2 first downs. I'd say the game is over, assuming they get it. Yeah, especially if they take their time, right? Like, they can only stop the clock can only stop 2 more times. 1 Ravens timeout and the 2-minute warning. But they get a quick stop here, right? They have a chance, right? It's a 7-point game. But, yeah. O-line needs to get used to each other is what you heard. Yeah, I mean, continuity, right? Like, continuity is so big for an offensive line, and to bring in 3 new guys, no matter who they are, like, you just need time to gel. Chiefs do have a killer D-line. I mean, they've been winning the battle in the trenches. But, all right. Here we go, maybe. Why is there nothing on my screen? Hello? YouTube TV? You there? What the heck just happened? All right, we're going to restart it. I've got the Xbox right here. Come on. Please don't sell me now. There we go. All right, we're good. We're good. Whew, scared me. That was a little scary. Long commercial break here. No, there's no way. There's no way. Did Wolf see the vision? No. Did that just happen? I guess we're about to find out, aren't we? All right. There's no way. I didn't get pranked again, did I? The Bo Nix rerun. Johnny Boy, welcome to the stream. Saying Baltimore's looked very sloppy tonight, aside from a few sexy moments from individual players. Yeah, I mean, that's like the Chiefs have just straight up looked like the better team, right? Like they had the crazy touchdown And they had the good drive, and that's about it. Like, they just haven't had any consistent answers. Wolf trying to mess with me. Wouldn't be the first time. Good times here on Dr. Pigskin. But welcome to the stream, Johnny boy. Good to have you in here. Pacheco. Look at that. They'll take those runs all day. 5 yards, clock ticks. They'll take it all day. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, he's related to Sewell Mataia. They're like cousins, I think, or something. They posed for a picture after the preseason game, the Chiefs-Lions preseason game. Shotgun here. 2nd and 5. They'll still probably run it, right? You could go run, pass here. Oh, whistle. Whistle. Caden saying, hey, remember what you said about Xavier Worthy? No, I don't actually. You know what I do remember saying? He was going to be awesome. I remember saying that he was going to be the best player ever. I will say, I did say we were going to see a lot of him today in this game. I didn't think he was going to do this though. I mean, it's been in bursts, right? Like they've hit a few big plays with him, right? He's been good. He's been a big playmaker. I don't think he's necessarily going to come in and take over as wide receiver 1 for the Chiefs. Like it might be Rashee Rice who like leads them in catches and yards this year, but Worthy will have a lot of big plays. Doc out here trying to gaslight us. I mean, I might be wrong. I'll tell you that. I might be a little bit wrong. I was not the biggest Worthy fan. Look at Mahomes. Pick up the first and then some. Oh, we have another flag down. There's another one. They're going to get him for a hit that time, I think. We'll see about the other flag. Late hit or holding. It might be both. I mean, they might have got a hold there. They might have got one on Kyle Hamilton, it looked like. And then a late hit. They've been hitting Mahomes a little bit. Again, this has just been like, this is not characteristic of the Ravens to have these silly penalties. Yeah. Look at that. Holding and a late hit. Offsetting, replay 2nd down. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, that's just that. Mahomes wasn't quite out of bounds. I mean, he might have been. It was tough to tell from that angle, but yeah, diving at him like that too. And there's a screen to Pacheco. No way he didn't go down. No way they got the first down. Ticky-tacky, maybe a little bit. Yeah, it was tough to tell. I'm going to have to go back and see another angle, but maybe a bit of a makeup call for the other one. Did he seriously not go down? No, he didn't. He rolled over him. He rolled over him. Angry legs rolled over him. The angry, determined runner. Hey, that was pretty nice by Pacheco, wasn't it? They're just going to... Look at how much time is going off the clock. Are the Ravens going to see the ball again? They might not. They could just straight up kill the rest of the clock. I think that's what they're trying to do. Man, he just got right back up. That's awesome. Look at the effort. We're under 3 minutes now. Man. Yeah, like another first down would more or less do it, probably. Running that play clock down to 3. There's Carson Steele. Going nowhere. Man. Parachamp says last time out for Ravens. Yeah, they got to burn it here, right? Yeah, you got to burn it. You got to burn it on the front half of the 2-minute warning. Don't let it run down to 2 minutes. Tell that to NDSU. Oh, they did that last week and it killed me. They called the timeout after the 2-minute warning. It ended up not mattering, but that does help the Ravens. They still have a slight pulse here, right? But now without that timeout, All you can do to stop the clock is the 2-minute warning. Bet the Ravens wish they didn't use a timeout at the beginning of the half. Oh, yeah. I mean, And again, you know, I get, like, there's reasons why they call them. They're not just calling them to call them, but I just, like, this is the stuff right here, like clock management, you know? Like, this is, like, the stuff that can win or lose you games, or at least give you a chance to win or lose the game. I wouldn't say that this is necessarily the reason the Ravens would lose if they do lose, but it certainly hurts. Like, they could have stolen this game maybe if they had those timeouts. But it's week one. Hey, the Chiefs looked sloppy week one last year, right? Granted, they were down 2 of their best players, but we'll see. They're really milking these commercial breaks here, aren't they? I say that. I feel like they haven't actually been that bad. But Lamar, 114 on the ground. What's Henry at, like maybe 40? 13 for 46 and a touchdown. Ugh. Yo, the Buffalo Wild Wing commercials are back. Maybe Lamar should have stayed fat in a pocket QB. I mean, I feel like he's played all right today. I just, like, their play calling has just fascinated me. That's just what happens when you're overmanned on the line like that, right? But Lamar, I think, has played pretty well overall. You can't really knock his performance, but I mean, skinny Lamar is kind of the reason they're in the game right now with his running a little bit. Game Solve says one of the drives that Baltimore called timeout on still resulted in a touchdown. Fair enough. And maybe they wouldn't have scored that touchdown if they didn't call timeout. Fair enough. Look at that. The quad box, the head coaches and the quarterbacks. Oh, for the Chiefs. Yeah. That makes it even worse, doesn't it? That makes it even worse. 3rd and 10, though. This is a big one right here. The Ravens do not blitz. Mahomes, oh, it's batted up in the air. Mahomes caught it to save the interception. But hang on a second. The Ravens are going to get the ball back with a chance. They're going to get the ball back with a chance. Wow. Mahomes just caught his own pass to save a pick. Wow. That's insane. He mossed him. Hey, there's the quarterback getting the yak right there. They're going to take it down to the 2-minute warning. Ravens have 2 minutes, no timeouts. They have enough time. It did look a little Mahomey, didn't it? We are in for a last-second finish here, aren't we? Look at that. After all that, the Ravens have found their way into this game. Wow. Turns out that yak is good. Mahomesy. So here we go. Here we go. We are going to have a chance for the Ravens. Oh, do you think the Ravens would have the stones to go for 2 if they scored a touchdown? Who knows? Could you imagine? Do you think they'd have the stones to do it? They've done that. They've tried to do that before. Wasn't it against the Steelers back in 2021? Or the Packers? Or maybe it was both of those games. The Ravens tried to go for 2 for the lead. And I think one of the times it didn't work. But, man, Johnny Boy wants a number off the dome. Percentage chance it's overtime. I'm going to say 20%. Honest opinion, I think the Chiefs going to stop here and close this game out. I don't think the Ravens get a touchdown here. But we'll see. Hey, I've kind of been like, the Ravens aren't going to win this game. But they've been pesky and they've hung around. But honest opinion, ESPN has the win probability at 93.9% for the Chiefs. That's maybe a tad high, but I think that the Chiefs get a stop here and take this one home. Ravens did fail to do it against the Packers, and it must have been against the Steelers. Yeah, they tried it a few times in 2021. Last time the Ravens beat the Chiefs was because they went for 2. Yeah, wasn't it 36-35 on Sunday Night Football. Was that week 2, 2021? Lamar 98-yard touchdown run, then Travis Kelce game-winning touchdown in OT, and he proposes to Taylor. Oh, the scenes. Could you imagine? Hey, Jack, you got a fantasy point for that? So did I. Look at that. That was a legitimately great play, though. Mahomes saved a turnover. Like that's like a 30-yard play right there because the Ravens would have had great field position. Question from Stupidity. If the Ravens trust Henry and the Lamar combo to punch it in for the 2-point conversion. Oh, question is, yeah. Oh, I mean, you haven't been getting anything with Henry all game, but you could do the Chiefs thing, right? Just roll Lamar out, right? Give him an option to either throw or run it in himself. That might be the answer right there. Next time a wide receiver mosses a defender, the announcer is going to say it looks Mahomes-esque. Oh, could you imagine? What can't he do, right? Oh, he makes throws. He makes catches. He had a block in this game. Is he the Shohei Ohtani of football? Here we go, though. Here we go. Chiefs are going to get the ball, I guess, technically a few seconds less than 2 minutes. Here we go. High punt. He's going to return it. Oh, what a tackle. That was a great tackle on special teams. Wrapped him up and took him down. Long field for the Ravens now. Mahomes should try and kick a field goal next. Yeah, and then maybe make a tackle. Travis Hunter. Yeah, probably. My precious Bison got demolished by Travis Hunter last week. Here we go. Here we go. Arrowhead is on its feet. Minute 50 left. 7-point game. Ravens are down. They have got 87 yards to go to glory. Chris Jones on the edge. And it's a dump off to Likely. That's a nice little gain right there, right? Just get him started. You don't have to get it all in one play. You get out of bounds. The clock stops. You got plenty of time here. The Ravens have a very hard job to complete. But there's a chance the Chiefs play back and give them some freebies. Yeah. A little prevent defense. I don't know. That seems a little out of character for Spags. He might bring some pressure. But you run the risk there. That's a little risky to do. And Mahomes, goodness. Lamar, wow. Look at that, first down. They are giving him a little bit of freebies on the ground there. He's picking him up on the ground. Clock stops again. Ravens are just chewing up some yards right now. 119 for Lamar on 15 carries. Oh, I wonder what his career high for carries is. He's got to be getting up there. Man, they are emptying the clip for Lamar early. Mahomes Jackson. A little chip on Karlaftis. Deep shot. Nothing. Good coverage. Hey, there's Joshua Williams. Good coverage by Joshua Williams. Big guy that we highlighted preseason or pregame. 21% says Johnny Boy. Parachamp asking, did anyone expect Worthy and Likely to have almost more fantasy points than Lamar? I certainly didn't. That's crazy. Who would have thought those would be the two biggest performers? How will this drive affect Lamar's ADOT? Oh, it's going to go way up now. He might even get into the 6s. This Jackson guy is really trying to imitate Mahomes. 2nd and 10. Hey, there's the easy stuff. Maybe I was wrong. There is the freebie. Stupidity was right. They took a little freebie. Likely again, he's got to be over 100 yards now. Yeah, 8 for 107. 3rd and 2. 4 down territory, right? 2 plays to get 2 yards. You got to like where you're at. Lot of time for Lamar. Lot of time for Lamar. Still on his feet. He got the first. Wow. He just hung around in the pocket. Like, you can just tell, too much time. Yeah. But, I mean, like, man, these Ravens receivers aren't getting open. And now there's going to be an injury timeout. Oh, that stops the clock. Man, that's tough. Their receivers absolutely cannot get open right now. No, again, the Chiefs' corners are kind of dominating these Ravens receivers. And yet the Ravens have hung around a little bit. Lamar is absolutely doing what he can. He might get up to 20 carries in this game. He's still got 4 to go. But, yeah, that stops the clock on a play that was in bounds. You know, this Chiefs pass rush, they've been great, but they've been chasing Lamar all game now. They might be a little tired. They're showing those guys getting a swig of water. Man, oh man, oh man. We've got ourselves a game. Ravens have dominated time of possession. Still no Karlaftis sack. I know, it might not happen, sadly. It might not happen. Lamar's just too good at avoiding sacks. I thought that he was going to dominate his matchup, but Mekari's been all right against him. Here comes Chris Jones. Able to get it off. Justice Hill. You know, you don't need to worry that much about the clock yet. I mean, it's ticking. You'll need to start taking shots at the end zone sooner, getting more. They're taking a lot of time here, though. They're taking a lot of time here. Not quite at midfield yet. Now the clock maybe is a little bit of a factor. You got to get out of bounds if you're likely. Yep, there you go. Likely again. The Ravens are still moving the ball a little bit. I think if you're the Chiefs, you got to start playing up a little bit more. I mean, you can't just keep giving these freebies. At some point, you got to challenge them a little bit. Ravens really took Zay Flowers over Jake Bobo. Man. Look at Andrews isn't even out on the field. Look at the biggest drive of the game right now. Mark Andrews ain't even out on the field. Man, poor Mark Andrews drafters. Likely is cooking. They're going to go to him again. Lamar escapes downfield. It's caught. It's Rashad Bateman. What a catch by Rashad Bateman. There he is. There he is. Hang on a second. The clock is still going. Hold on a second. No, don't spike it. You need all your plays here. They're going to go for it. Lamar, back to pass. He's in the pocket. He's got all day. Throws it. Oh, that would have been an unbelievable catch by Isaiah Likely. No, is he hurt? No. Oh, no. Man. Yeah, he was open. He aired it too much. You're right, Wolf. Too much air. Man, that's such a shame. He has had a great game. Oh, he's still down, too. Mm. Yeah, he did. He had an unbelievable game today. I mean, it's got to be Andrews, right? Like, it's kind of crazy to say Mark Andrews is next man up, but he's going to have to get out there. Let's see. You just fall hard. Ugh. Man. Okay, he's walking. That's good. Do the Ravens have 2 chances at the end zone or just one? Trying to remember how far out they are. Probably 2, but you can't have another play like that where you just stand in the pocket. Like, this is what's difficult, is all game the Ravens receivers have not won, right? They need to win here. They don't really have time to create out a structure. Like, they just need to call a play and have it work. The receivers have to get open. They have 2 shots here, but they have to get open quickly. Here we go. 10 seconds left. Lamar evades Chris Jones over the middle. No! Zay Flowers was there. Let's see this back. Maybe it wasn't that bad of a miss, but oh, it felt like he had him. Yeah, no, he missed him. No. That was it right there. Here we go. 4 seconds left. First game of the season. Can you believe it? It's coming down to the final play. 5 seconds. Here we go. Can they do it? It's 3rd and goal. It's 3rd and game. Lamar stepping up, running around. Chris Jones in his face, over the middle. It's caught. It's a touchdown. It's Isaiah Likely. Unbelievable. It's Isaiah Likely at the very last second. And they're going for 2. Let's go. Isaiah Likely made the catch. Oh, no. Is he out of bounds? No. Is he out of bounds? No. He's out of bounds. No. Oh, boy. Oh, no. Unbelievable. Oh, man. Here we go. Oh my gosh, the Chiefs win. Are you kidding me? The Chiefs win. Oh, you got to feel for the Ravens. The Chiefs win. Oh, by a toe. Man. Likely did absolutely everything he could have. He deserves all the credit in the world. That was an all-time performance from Isaiah Likely today. What a game. What an unbelievable game. I don't know why it said 26-27. That was weird. What an unbelievable game. Wow. We had an unbelievably awesome start to the season. We waited and waited and waited, and the NFL delivered. Oh, football is back. That was an awesome game. Thank you guys so much for turning out. Football is back. We get to do it all again tomorrow. We get to do it all over again tomorrow. I think I just might go live for Eagles-Packers tomorrow. I think I just might. Michael, the Steelers fan, is celebrating the Ravens having the worst record in the NFL. Yeah, Isaiah Likely might take over as T1. He really might, man. Fun stream, Doc. Hoping Packers lose tomorrow. Hey, Lions fan, right? We got some Lions fans. We got some Packers fans in here. Thank you, though. That was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun doing this. It was good to do a game stream again. You know what? Barring the unforeseen, which I don't think anything is going to come up. you guys can see me again tomorrow. You guys can see me again tomorrow. We're going to go live again. We'll go live for a little Packers-Eagles action in Brazil, but what a start to the NFL season. Awesome game. It's about midnight. I've got work tomorrow, so I got to get to bed soon, so I'm about to sign off. But seriously, thank you guys all so much. This was a fantastic game, a fantastic stream. I always love just talking ball, hanging out with you guys. Thank you, Stupidity. Thank you to everyone. I hope you guys have a good night, too. Hope to see you all again tomorrow and Sunday and Monday. We're going to be doing this a lot this year. Believe me, we are going to be doing this a lot. We're going to have some fun, but thank you guys so much for tuning in. I got to go to sleep. Thank you, Johnny boy. All right. I'll catch you guys later. You guys have a good night.